Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, here on a Sunday night, once again with the Blazing Pedals Arca series. And I'm with, once again, Terry, the Taffy Man Foster, and Dalton, Captain Save Fuel Kilrow. How you doing tonight, Terry?
Oh, man. Kind of excited about this race, Sam. This is one of the races I really wanted to race at this year. But, things have to go the way they went. So I'm okay with it. Got a couple stories to go over later on. And I think we're going to have a hell of a race here at Dover tonight. How you doing there, Dalton? Glad you're back with us again.
Doing pretty good. Cannot complain. Just there watching these guys get some practice in with this little practice race restart that they've got going on. And we got a little bit of a pile up on the backstretch, but for the most part everything was looking pretty good. So I think this is going to be a pretty good race out here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely something we got to mention here tonight. We got 240 laps here at Dover. Wheel spin always determines competition caution. If the caution comes out before that determined caution, there will be no comp caution. Again, how many times can we say caution in one sentence? But, as Dalton was saying, the restart zone, we are putting that in effect tonight. So, first start will be on the green flag. After that is up to the leader in the restart box, the Geico restart zone up there on the wall.
Yeah, this is going to be our first race doing this, Sam. And from what the admins have said, we are going to start doing this at every track that has a restart zone. So next week we're at Darlington. I don't know if they have one or not, but everybody out there look forward to the restart zone here on out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to throw a little bit of a twist in how we're used to seeing these broadcasts play out, because for the longest time we've had it to where as soon as the pace car is off the track, the leader can go whenever they want to go, and we've seen it multiple times. Guys would jump pretty much the second the pace car would drop off the racing surface and would get out to a good 5-6 car length lead. Now they're not going to have that opportunity. They're going to have to go in that little box, and if they don't go by the end of that zone, iRacing is going to say, hey, you didn't go, now everybody else can go. And it's going to change up the mind games that these guys are going to be able to play when it comes to the restarts.
And Dalton, on top of that, what a little bit I did read is something about a black flag you can possibly get to in the restart zone.
Yeah, that is going to be if the leader does not maintain pace speed. So leader can't go drastically faster or slower than what the pace car is doing, which tonight pace speed is 45 miles an hour. That is very slow. But they're going to have to maintain that, because if they don't, they could get... let me double check to see what the penalty is. I believe it's a drive-through, but it may be a stop and go.
All right. Well, again, we're at Dover International. Weather 78 degrees. A little cloudy, so this track could get fast on today, guys.
Yeah, only at a mile in length, too, so... These guys can do about pit window 38 to 48 laps tonight. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And we're going to have to determine that wheel spin here in a little while, as the last few minutes of practice are winding down here. About 2 minutes left in practice for these guys. Terry,
one thing I noticed... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, did you say you had the points? Who's got the points lead right now?
I have the points. Let me hit the right button here. Let me hit my magic pointer. Okay, the points lead right now goes to Matt Grunberg, only because he's got the most wins. Second place is our very own Captain Sayfield, Dalton Kilrow. Dalton, lucky you guys yourself a win here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might be hurting a little bit, bud.
Yeah, that would definitely hurt my chances, but I'm definitely glad I've gotten myself a couple this season so far. So
well, then
hopefully
we got
we can get
third
back out on
place.
track here soon.
Yeah, I hope so too, bud. Third place, we have James Miller with his win. Mark Arthur fourth. Now, I told you guys I had a couple stories I want to go over. This is one of them right here. Fifth place right now is Chris Carroll. He moved up 15 spots with that win he got a couple of weeks ago. He's sitting in the yellow, which means you got to win in our league. At 15 spots in the top 5, guys.
Yeah, it's one big jump that shows you just what getting a win in Blazing Petals can do for your playoff standings. You may be outside the cut, but if you get a win, you're in. So you just need to potentially get the strategy right, maybe catch a little bit of luck, and you're guaranteed into the top 16 unless we get more than 16 different winners, which don't really think that's happened yet, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. But hey, who knows? Maybe everything could change and Matt Gruenberg can stop winning every week.
Well, even on you saying that, Dalton, we was watching practice speeds earlier. Matt wasn't doing bad, but a couple of the guys, actually Matt's on top of the board right now, but a couple of the guys, about 3 or 4 of them, was actually faster than Matt tonight. So it's going to be interesting how he runs this race and if he can keep everybody else behind him.
And speaking of that, just looking at the practice times, the top 24 drivers on track were separated by less than 0.3 of a second. So everybody is relatively close in terms of speed tonight. So I really see it going, it's a shootout for the pole position here, or really just any sort of position. These guys are going to have to make sure they nail their qualifying lap here, as we got a couple guys out on track right now. Looks like Chris Carroll is out, Joe Alberico, Amanda Sherman. They're all out trying to get laps down pretty quickly. We got 33 drivers out here tonight. So as I actually see Joe Alberico getting loose out of turn 4, these guys are going to be fighting that. Well, these guys and girl are going to be fighting that here on these colder tires, trying to get the most lap time they can.
Well, while these first couple of drivers go out on track and set their qualifying times, let's go ahead and get tonight's starting festivities out of the way. And let's go ahead and get Jason Powell tonight with our invocation.
Thank you, Sam and Terry, for all the things that you're doing for us. So let us bow in prayer. Lord, we come to you tonight with a thankful heart. We thank you for all the mercy and the guidance and the strength that you give us. We thank you for giving us another day. We ask you, Lord, to be with us tonight as we race. Help us, Lord, to have fun and be respectful to one another. We thank you, Lord, for giving us another opportunity to come together. And we ask you, Lord, if there's one that doesn't know you and a free pardon of sin, we ask you, Lord, to soften their heart, prick their heart. Help us, Lord, to be a light for you, and so they might come to know you. And help us, Lord, as we go throughout the week, Lord, to try to be a light for you, show people your way, and just go with us, be with our friends and our family. And in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
All right. Thank you, Jason, as always, for the invocation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise and remove your hats for our national anthem, done by our very own Joshua Rutherford.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And we are back. Quite a few drivers have taken qualifying times right now as Brad Lawson finishes up his run right now. Looks like Aaron Bockover also finishing up his run too. Dalton, do you see anybody else out on track?
Well, right now I see Tanner Mars out, but he's finishing up his last lap at the moment. He improves slightly, goes up to 11th on the board. Looks like we got Brad Collins, Philip Van Vliet, John Perkins, Rick Thompson. Looks like John Perkins just started his. He just finished his first lap, puts him up to 8th. That's a pretty good first lap. Race Clark also out on the track. Yeah.
Race Clark in the purple right now, it's showing, so he's definitely on a good lap right now. Let's keep an eye on him.
Guys, I'm seeing something a little strange here. All the way, he ain't took a lap yet. Number 12, Mark Arthur. He has not taken a qualifying lap yet.
Race Clark to the top of the board with a 23.324.
Wow.
23.324 for the 0-2 of Race Clark.
Nice lap by Race.
Also, John Perkins went from 8th up to 3rd place there.
Rick Thompson up to 7th with a 23.461. But to hint kind of what you were saying, Terry, we notice obviously Mark Arthur hasn't turned a lap yet, but there's quite a few others that haven't turned a lap. Matt Grunberg, James Miller, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brian Dees, Derek Paulson, they haven't turned laps yet, even though Brian and Derek are both actually out on track right now. Looks like Taylor and Mark may be starting their laps here soon. But I believe they were waiting on weather, maybe waiting to catch a cloud to gain just that little bit of an edge that would give them a little bit of extra lap time.
Just want to point out we're watching the 64 of Joshua Rutherford here. He just goes 7th quickest with a 23.455. Dalton mentioned Taylor Butcher Benjamin out on track right now. Going to be starting his qualifying run. Go ahead, Terry.
I was going to give a shout out to a couple already. We got Constance Keith out there rooting for Mark. That is Mark's sister. Glad you're back with us. Eddie V 737. He's out there rooting for Paul Ellison. He called him Silky a little bit ago. I don't know what the hell cat means, but let's go Silky.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin across the line. Only 26th quickest with a 23.717. Interesting to see that first lap. Let's see if he can improve on his second lap here.
I wonder if Taylor decided he was going to throw out his first lap and try to make the second lap the best and put all his eggs in that basket.
We're going to see what happens here as he comes out of turn 4 across the line. A 23.355, good enough for 3rd place for the number 10 at Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Doc Butcher out there sitting in 3rd. Looks like Ty Morosco's out there setting his times here. First lap. Probably a second lap, actually. Excuse me. Out of turn 4, across the line. 23.314 for the number 1 of Ty Morosco. Give the number 1 the pole position right now. How about that, Dalton?
Yeah, that was a really good lap out of time, Roscoe, to knock Race off of the pole. I am hearing...
I'm listening to. Hold on.
I believe there's an issue with the session.
There is.
Sounds like we may be needing to restart the session, because it looks like we have a similar issue to what happened at Indianapolis. Hold on. Having a little admin vote here. Give us just 1 second. We're trying to figure this out just as much as everybody is.
Take your time. As you heard, ladies and gentlemen, some issues going on, possibly something going on with the session. Not quite sure yet. Dalton is finding out through race control. We might have to switch sessions here. Stick around. We'll put our race info back up on screen just so you guys know it. The race info still will not change. 240 laps will be the distance. The wheel spin will determine the competition caution, unless a caution comes out before that.
Okay, Sam. So we are going to start a new session.
Okay.
Now, here's the interesting thing. As of right now, Ty Morosco, Race Clark, they are your front poles.
Okay.
They are going to retain that going into the next race. They will be, when I do the write-up this week, they will be shown as our pole sitters.
Okay. So they will.
Well, hold on now, because Matt Gruenberg has just gone out at the last possible second for qualifying, and he has actually snatched the pole away from Ty Morosco. So Matt Gruenberg will be given the pole. Ty Morosco will be given second.
So there you go, ladies
I
and
didn't know
gentlemen.
Matt was on track, so that's my apologies.
That is going to be your guaranteed front row, your Michael Falk Racing Designs front row the night Matt Gruenberg in the number 54 and Ty Morosco in the number 1. Are we switching sessions, though, guys?
Yes, we will be swapping sessions.
All right, so on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stick with us.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Shut up and sit down.
Yeah, I'm ready. And
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Terry, you're a little bad timing there, but that's all right.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we was back. Hi,
well,
guys.
we had like 20 seconds left on that video when you went to go find somebody. So do you got somebody we can talk to while we wait for people to rejoin the new session?
Yeah, drag up Brian Dees. I really want to talk to him tonight. I got a story about him, so pull him in.
All right, Brian Dees. You got Brian Dees.
Brian Dees, you got Sam, Terry, Dalton up in the booth. You got us.
I got you guys. How's it going?
Hey, buddy. The only reason I picked you to bring up, I want to talk about this 2016 Chevy Camaro SS you ran yesterday.
What do you want to know about it?
Well, rumor has it you might have won a trophy.
Trophy? Plaque? I got a check with my name on it.
Tell us about it, bud. Tell us what you've done to get that, please.
Yeah, local drag strip. I have been racing there for a little while. Just for fun, you know. Weekends every now and then go up and went and did a race last night. They had a drag race, and I just kept on winning every round until I got to the finals and won that round. So ended up winning the whole race.
Well, that's an awesome job, and that was at Keystone Raceway Park in New Alexandria, PA, right?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, it's like maybe like an hour outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, 10-4. Well, man, that was an awesome job, man. I mean, again, we don't get a whole lot of our guys in here that's actually does real racing of really any kind. I mean, you're doing drag, and I know we got Blake Decker out there. He actually runs a car, but it's kind of cool. You got to do that. Another thing I want to go over, how's that setup doing tonight? How's it feeling for you?
It's Dover. to be honest, I this isn't one of my favorite tracks. I never liked it. I seem to not really be good on concrete. Because I never liked Bristol either, and this is kind of just a big Bristol. So I don't know. I was able to put a decent lap in practice, and then I don't know where I ended up in the qualifying session earlier that we had, but I believe it was top 10. So I guess I don't even know what we're doing, if we're running another qualifying session or.
Yes, we are.
Oh, we are gonna just redo it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I guess we'll just use that as a practice run and go.
Well, Brian, I'll even help you out a minute. Right now, the track temperature's sitting at 99. When you guys was out there the first time, it was 103. So it has dropped a little bit.
It actually went up when I ran my lap. It started at 106, dropped down to like 104, I think I saw, or 103, and then when I ran my lap, it actually went back up to 105. So fluctuating a little bit with the clouds coming overhead. So yeah, kind of throughout the session we'll have to keep an eye on it, and hopefully it stays nice and cool. That tightens it up a bit so you're not so snappy loose. Makes it a little bit faster and a little more fun to drive too, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say that's for everybody, but
well, buddy, thanks for talking to us. Congratulations again for your win last night, getting that trophy plaque and stuff. We'll get you back down to your team, and good luck tonight, bud.
Yeah, always love the wins in sim, but yeah, definitely doing it in real life is a different experience. It was an awesome experience to have. So thank you guys for recognizing it and bringing me up to talk about it.
Not a problem, buddy. Keep it up.
Driver the number 17 MFRD. Brian Dees, the Soul Stealer, Terry. Out there winning in real life events. Pretty cool to hear.
I got to make another announcement here real quick to somebody that's out there watching us. Shelly, Glad you're here with us. Evidently, Aaron didn't want to make the transition to the second thing we had to do here because of the time frame. So Aaron probably will not be racing tonight.
So do we get an idea when we're going to be getting this other qualifying run underway, guys?
Should be here any minute, honestly. We're just waiting on final confirmations that everybody that's going to be racing is in the session. Because some people are not wanting to respond.
That's all right. Everybody, we apologize once again for the messed up session. It happens. This is what happens when we race online, but we're going to stick it out for these guys. Give them a great broadcast as usual. So qualifying again, coming here in a couple minutes. Once we get confirmation that everybody has rejoined the new session, we will be going out on the track for qualifying once again. Now, does that mean, now is Matt and Ty going to keep their positions, or what are we doing here?
All they're going to do is get the money, Sam, for winning the pole and the outside pole. That's really it. They're going to get noticed as the pole sitter and outside pole sitter.
Okay.
But they're not going to be guaranteed their spot back.
Correct.
Okay. Just as long as I'm on the same page here. And we get the audience aware of what's going on.
Everything is getting redone, but those two are getting the
Not a problem.
money.
Okay. Got Lori out in chat. Go Mark number 12. We see you out there. Thanks for coming out, tuning in. Want to thank everybody for coming out on a Sunday night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. From myself and Dalton Kilrow and Terry Foster. Guys, do you have anything else before this race is going to start? I mean, do we have any?
I have one other thing, actually a couple other things here. So we see in the 14 car out there, I don't know if he's on track yet or not, is he? Oh, he's not even in here. Huh. But Dave Seats, he found his way back to the league. And we got a new driver, kind of a new driver taking over that 18 ride. Trevor Harmon, that's Jason Powell's ride. He got a hold of Trevor and asked him if he would race the next few races for him since he is on vacation. So good luck, Trevor, and get some points for that 18, I guess.
Constance, we see you out in chat. Go Mark. Got a couple people out there going for that pink number 12 tonight.
Looks like we may have our final driver joining right now, so it shouldn't be too much longer before these guys finally get a chance to redo the qualifying. Currently looking at this session's practice times, Jamie Walker top of the board with a 23.23. Oh, well. Correction, we have one last driver after this guy's joining. But Jamie Walker leading Matt Gruenberg, Chris Carroll, Ty Morosco, Corey Sherman. That's your top five in this practice session right now. And honestly, that's kind of who you expect to see towards the front part of the field most weeks, just because those guys are normally pretty quick. Don't really expect much difference in those lap times.
And Dalton, you also know, this being a short track, it's not going to take long for your fast leaders to start catching up to a field and have to work themselves around some lap traffic as we go.
Yeah, that honestly is probably going to take, if I had to guess, probably a good almost 30 laps, maybe a little bit longer, but I could be wrong there, depending on the pace of some of these guys. Looking at practice, maybe 20, 25 laps is going to be the earliest that they catch any lap traffic. But after that, if it stays green, it's going to be a pretty long run here. While I'm thinking about it, have we done the spin wheel yet?
I was actually just thinking that, Dalton, while we're sitting here waiting for the qualifying to get going, we could spin the wheel.
Might as well, because we're still waiting. Still waiting on 2 drivers.
All right, well,
One of
we're
them
gonna
had to
go ahead.
reboot his entire computer.
Well, we're bringing up the wheel. We got a short track wheel tonight because it is a mile racetrack. So numbers between 50 and 150, guys. So we're gonna spin it. Let's see what number we come up with. Ooh, 114.
Wow.
What a number.
114. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Drivers know.
Dalton Kilroy is going to go ahead and let everybody know what the competition caution will be. Again, competition caution on lap 114. Now, if a caution comes out before that, that caution is gone as always here in Blazing Pedals.
114.
114.
I tell you what, Sam, I honestly hope we make it to 114 and get that competition. You know, these guys, we be wanting that break, you know?
Absolutely. They want that break, but the thing is you know, the clean racing. So we expect clean racing here, and these guys are capable of doing it, and I don't see why we couldn't make it to a lap 114 caution-free. You know, we see guys make moves in the pit parties, but we understand that. We understand that everybody's going to be trying to make moves and see what they can and can't do for the race. Once the race comes around for these guys, they're all normally pretty calm.
Yeah, that's because most of the time the drivers do realize, hey, it's 240 laps. You're not going to win it on lap 2. Most of these guys know that. Most of these guys are, at least they're better at the whole give and take that we try to preach every single week. You know, these guys are pretty respectful. We've all been racing around each other this entire season, and we're, 15 races in, just about? I believe. So we all pretty much know each other, except for a couple new guys, but most of them have already been informed of what we expect, and they come into it knowing what to look for. So most new guys aren't going to be any sort of issue.
Well, you brought up a new guy. I forgot about Greg Moore in a 34 car. This is his second race with us, Dalton. And, you know, I mentioned Dave Seats. This is his first race back with us. So, and if Aaron Bacher would have stayed, this would have been his 5th race. Right now, Aaron Bacher is actually throwing 38s in points. Greg Moore has not ran enough yet to be in our points. So maybe after tonight, maybe you get some of them points.
Absolutely. And actually, speaking of new guys still, Trevor Harmon, he's currently 8th on the board, only 0.2 of a second off of Jamie Walker. So he's showing he's got some speed in that 18 car tonight. So I'm thinking he's going to be a little bit of a dark horse, actually.
Well, that's something we can do, guys. I mean, we've seen a few people out in chat. We know who they're rooting for. Please put in chat who you're going for tonight, by the way, everybody. And how about us 3 guys? Who are we picking tonight?
I have an idea who Terry's picking.
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, Walker and Grunberg's both got some good laps. But, dude, I'm going to go with Chris Carroll again. I think he can pull off a number 2 tonight.
Okay, that's not who I thought you were going to go with. I thought you were going to...
It's an interesting pick for sure, yeah. I mean...
But hey, it's a good pick. I'm not going to deny that.
So Terry Foster going with the number 24 of Chris Carroll. Dalton, who you got?
I think I'm going to go... I think I'm going to go with the Shermanator, Corey Sherman. I think he's running some good lap times tonight. You know, he's 5th on the board right now. And normally he's not half bad at this track. So I think he's going to be pretty good. Honestly, I'm surprised Terry did not pick Brad Lawson after following him so much at Auto Club. But hey,
I heard a lot of crap about that.
To each his own.
Well, I tell you what, guys. I see out in chat Samantha Grunberg going for old Matt in the number 54. We see you. Constance again out there, number 12, Mark Arthur. You know who I'm going for tonight, guys? He was fast in qualifying in the last session. I got to pick Ty Morosco.
Good pick, too.
Well, I noticed
So-
he was actually racing. He was live on Twitch a few days ago racing, and so it's good to see him getting back into the sim and racing a little bit more, and to see him up at the top of the board even in this practice, sitting in fourth. So I'd keep an eye on that number 1 tonight.
Yeah,
Something I
could
want
be
to
the
kind of watch
Spoilermaker.
tonight is the 3 of Sherman, the 6 of Paulson. We all know they've had history here at Dover, running these short tracks. Let's see what happens when those two get together.
That could be very interesting, but knowing how, I guess the best word would be trolly those two guys can be with each other, I don't really expect there to be anything too serious happening, if at all. They might door each other on a straightaway once and then just kind of let it go from there. But I don't expect them to cause any serious problems. They'll laugh about it, they'll make jokes about it, but they're not gonna seriously do much. At least I hope not.
I hope not too.
So how's it looking, guys? How are we looking on time here?
Should be, well, our last driver is loading in right now, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Maybe another couple minutes.
Dalton,
Again,
you see a
apologies
new
for the
name
delay,
up there?
guys. Huh?
Kyle Hall, 87 car.
Yep, he is another one of our new guys. He actually had shown up for last week, but I believe he had some sort of technical issue and he didn't turn any laps in the race. So actually, this is Kyle's first race as well as Trevor Harmon's first race. So,
Right now, Trevor Harmon, everybody, I think we have a position open, and Trevor, I know Jason Powell is lobbying for Trevor to get that spot. So, I mean, it's very possible when Jason comes back that Trevor may be in his own right.
we shall see. Just need to make sure we do actually have a said spot open.
I know it's been confusing for us here lately, buddy.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know either. But last driver has connected. They're probably just waiting for him to at least like say something in the session so that way they know he's here, and then we will get on to qualifying.
Yeah, I just want to say again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around with us. We do appreciate it. Obviously, some technical issues, sessions screwed up. Again, as I said before, this is what happens when you race online, but it's good to see how many drivers are willing to stick it out. We're obviously willing to stick it out for everybody. So thank you guys for sticking it out with us to watch the race.
So for anybody that may not know exactly what was going on, why we had to do this, the way Mark had it set up, we was not going to get all 240 laps into this race without it going dark. Dover does not have lights, so there's no way we can do a transition race tonight. So Mark actually went into the server, backed it up a couple hours probably. That way we get these 240 laps in.
Well, I see a lot of the drivers are heading down pit road, Terry, so I would assume that we are getting ready to go qualifying once again.
Now, let's hope so. As Corey Sherman just slams into the wall.
All right, everybody. We're getting ready to go qualifying here once again for the Blazing Pedals, TRJkarting.com ARCA Series. Big shout out to Tim over at TRJkarting.com for sponsoring the league. We can't say thank you enough, Tim. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Tim, over there at TRJ. And I tell you what, buddy, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really starting to miss Ian out here, that 16 car. I know he's doing real life stuff with his dad, which is freaking awesome, out there doing that bowling thing every Sunday night. So we wish both those guys luck, of course.
Yeah, bowling can be fun until you start to get competitive. Then it stops being fun.
And Sam, I got one thing for you.
What's that, Terry?
Listen.
Oh, no, he's got the taffy.
Yeah,
I told Rob Duncan, who's a friend of Corey and Amanda's, that I was going to do that tonight.
That's
oh,
good
boy.
to know.
That's going to be
Good to
enough.
know.
I agree.
Yeah, that's enough of that. We don't need to be hearing you rustling through your taffy bag all night, Terry.
We'll hear, hey Terry, what do you hear about this car? And he'll be like, well, today, coming out of turn 2.
Mark is now advancing. Everybody's in, guys. So we are advancing to qualifying. Mark's going to hit that magic twanger and get him guys qualifying out there.
Twanger?
Yeah, magic twanger.
I don't know what that was, but we'll roll with it, I guess.
That's something I picked up a long time
Only from the
ago.
mind of Terry Foster, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right, Dalton.
As we get ready for take number 2 at qualifying, we'll see how these drivers are able to adapt here to this second running.
The good news is that we can actually watch pretty much all of qualifying this time, too. So.
Yeah. And I will also say the track is a lot different now than it was the first run through. It is overcast and the entire track is covered in shade. So this track is going to be quick. I mean, track temp is 107, but that I see that track temp dropping a good 2-3 degrees before qualifying is done.
So do you think a few guys are going to definitely wait maybe a little bit longer to let it cool down a little bit? I mean, we got quite a few guys out there on track right now.
I think some guys are going to wait. I know some that are not waiting. Jamie Walker, Tanner Marr, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Yeah, we got, I'd say, half the field already out on track trying to get laps turned or at least get their warm-ups started.
Mark Arthur actually went out to do some laps now.
Quite a few guys have gone out there. Brad Lawson right now top of the board, 23.495 for the 63 of Brad Lawson. We're watching the number 64 Joshua Rutherford right now. His first time was a 24.028, 24.028 for the 64.
Derek Paulson to the top of the board. Now, scratch that time. Orozco back to the top of the board with a 23.42. Jamie Walker takes that with a 23.38. Joshua Rutherford to third with a 23.46. Nice lap from Josh.
Yeah, it's definitely a good lap for Josh. Derek Paulson looks like he was able to go third fastest with a 23.452. 23.452 for the number 6 of Derek Paulson.
Chris Carroll up to second with a 23.40. Nice lap from Chris there.
It looks like Chris has another lap he's got to finish here. Let's keep an eye on him. Went second fastest with his last lap. Coming out of turn number 4.
Nice and tidy there.
Crossed the line. Definitely went purple for him, but not fast enough.
He did not improve enough. 5 1,000ths of a second behind Jamie Walker.
That's tight.
Give second to Chris Carroll with a 23.382. 23.382 for the 24 Chris Carroll. We got the 21 of Jordan McAvoy out there right now, too, guys. He went 5th fastest with a 23.432 out there on his second lap. Looks like he's going to go ahead and throw the second lap away. And he's just going to go ahead and keep 5th spot there. Maybe not a bad choice.
I think that might have actually been his second lap that he had just completed.
Something interesting, guys. 19th spot, Mark Arthur in that 12 car with a 23.67. And you guys know this is his setup. He's the one that builds these things. And, it just shows that he makes a setup for everybody, not just for him.
I think he may have messed up his qualifying lap just a little bit because I'm pretty sure all of us expect Mark Arthur to be up in at least the top 10, if not top 5, especially around Dover, which is such a driver's racetrack. And he's proven in the past that he's really good around here. Race Clark is actually out on track right now, along with, Chris Carroll is still out on track, but he's practicing pit entries, which smart move on Chris Carroll's part.
Yeah, definitely something we didn't mention is how difficult it is to get on and off pit road here. What is pit road speed limit tonight?
It's going to be 35 miles an hour.
And that's hard to get slowed down to.
And these guys are carrying 150, 160 going into each corner, and they're carrying, at the lowest, they're maybe going to 145 in the middle of the corner. So they're having to slow down 110 miles an hour just to make it onto pit road. And some of these guys, they like to push the envelope, but if they push too hard, they'll go straight into the tire barrier at the end of pit road. And we've seen some guys end their nights early doing that.
Watching Race
Clark.
15th right now, still on track doing that second lap.
At 23.551 for the first lap for the 0-2 of Race Clark. Coming out of turn number 4 across the line.
It's up to top of the board with a 23. 333.
Wow.
23.333
nice lap of Race Clark there.
For the 0-2 of Race Clark. Give Race Clark the pole right now, guys. That's a good lap. Good job on his part.
So I'm wondering if Race is sitting there watching them clouds come across, guys.
It's looking at track temp. It's actually dropped a lot lower than I thought it was, because I said it was probably going to drop 3 degrees. It's dropped 5. It is now 102 on the track. And I don't see any sunlight coming back on the track. So I think it's just going to drop even lower, because we still got some guys that have not turned a lap yet. We've got Amanda Sherman, Blake Decker, Mac Bruenberg, James Miller, Philip Van Fleet. All of them have not turned a lap yet.
Guys, I just happened to look at this. Brad Collins has disconnected. We don't know why. They're talking about him.
I wonder if his computer has not loaded up in the way he would have thought it would, because he was the driver that did have to reboot his entire system to get back into the session.
Another one that didn't get back in is a 92 of Blake Decker. He didn't make it back in. Yeah, he did. Never mind. I'm sorry.
He did, but he's disconnected, and we have not heard exactly why he's disconnected. So
I would like to point out that Brad Collins did just get VR, so
yeah, that might be a part of it, especially since, well, Terry, do you drive in VR?
I do.
So all three of us know the struggle of VR. If anything happens, you need to basically almost reset your entire system, depending on what exactly happens. I know for me personally, if my VR ever crashes or something like that, and I've been in the sim, working things out and practicing, I need to leave the sim completely and relaunch the sim and hope that my VR works right when it launches. So maybe that could be what's going on with Brad Collins. Not sure with Blake Decker though. I don't see him in TeamSpeak anymore, so I'm thinking Blake Decker may have actually just put it on the hauler for the evening.
Well, we still got a couple of minutes here. We're seeing if maybe anybody's going to take a qualifying time. We're still waiting on Casey Campbell, Matt Grunberg, Amanda Sherman, Philip Van Fleet, the Dutchman. Got to point that out. James Miller, Brandon Feeney, Blake Decker, and Brad Collins. And as Dalton just said, Blake Decker not in TeamSpeak currently, so we're not sure if Blake Decker will be out on track this evening.
Sam, he is advancing the session. So we are going racing, guys.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Brad Collins is just now reconnecting. So I believe Brad Collins should be able to get back in time.
Say, Dalton, you did tell Mark, right, about the competition call?
Yes,
right?
I did.
All right, guys. Well, let's not really waste any more time tonight, shall we? Let's get this grid underway. Starting on pole position tonight is the 0-2 of Race Clark out of Team AV with a 23.333. Love it. Starting at his outside is Jamie Walker in the number 88. In third position, Chris Carroll in the number 24. And to his outside, Ty Morosco in the number 1. Starting in fifth position.
Starting in fifth in the 55 is Paul Ellison. In that 21 car, Jordan McAvoy started 6th. Derek Paulson in his 6th, starting 7th. Starting 8th, 64, Joshua Rutherford starting 9th in that 17. Last night's winner of a drag race, Brian Dees in that 17. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin Dock Starting 10th, end of 10th. Go ahead there, Dalton.
Well, in 11th, we got the 63 of Brad Lawson. 12th, we got Tanner Marr in the 4. 13th, the 42 of Kyle Wellman. 14th, we got Speed Mafia's own John Perkins in the 33. Then 15th is Joe Alberico. 16th, Kyle Hall in the 87. Apologies for that. Corey Sherman in the 3 cars in 17th. Greg Moore 18th. Dave Seats 19th. And Mark Arthur is rounding out the top 20. And we got Randy McAvoy 21st. Trevor Harmon in his Blazing Pedals debut 22nd. Rick Thompson 23rd. Fred Thompson 24th. Corey Rutherford looks like he's going to be 25th. Matt Gruenberg 26th. James Miller and Philip. I can't speak right now. James Miller and Philip Van Fleet. What is happening with my live timing? It's going all over the place.
James Miller starting in 28th. Philip Van Fleet in 27th. James Miller in 28th. Brandon Feeney in 29th. Amanda Sherman in 30th. Casey Campbell in 31st. Blake Decker 32nd. Brad Collins 33rd. That rounds out your field for this evening. We're about to get underway here with Blazing Pedals.
Didn't read fast enough, Dalton.
Well, I was trying to read fast enough, but my timing and scoring kept changing.
Yeah, his timing and scoring was probably moving along with them, how they're on track. So it's all good. We got through it. As the pace car lights are off, restart zone in effect tonight. First start is on the green flag. So let's get ready for that green flag to fly. They hit the restart zone. Green flag is in the air.
Bryce Clark gets a really good jump off the restart zone. Still has that leader's advantage that we like to give our drivers as Chris Carroll drives it underneath Jamie Walker. He's got a run. He's looking for the lead coming out of turn 2. Looks like everybody throughout the field is trying to get single filed out already. Looks like at least the top 10 is already single file. We got a little bit of contact back around 15th position. Didn't really see what happened there.
We got a caution flag out on track. Caution out on track. Looks like it might have been John Perkins was involved there. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get a replay. So let's see. John Perkins already kind of out of shape there. Let's see if we
Looks
can.
like he may have gotten a tap from the 42 of Kyle Wellman.
So let's go ahead and back that up. So going down into turn 3 here, Kyle Wellman gets a good run into the corner. So does John Perkins here in the 33, but Wellman just gets a huge run center of the corner, gets into the back bumper of the 33, sending the 33 around. It looks like
just one of those early racing incidents that, it's definitely not intentional, but
yeah.
It sucks that it happened.
John unfortunately looped it and brought out that first caution, it looked like. We'll have to see what race control says.
Looks like Jamie Walker
still haven't had a taker yet, guys.
Kyle Wellman is claiming that caution there.
All right, so there you go. Dalton just heard from race control. Number 42, EOL for the caution there. Race Clark still your leader. Looks like nobody came down pit road to take fuel. Kind of an interesting move considering now there is no competition caution on lap 114.
Well, I will actually say Jamie Walker, Mark Arthur, and Dave Seats all came down pit road.
All right, so there you go. We had Mark Arthur and Dave Seats come down pit road, along with who else? Jamie Walker?
Yes, sir.
Filling up their tanks, playing the long strategy here, so it's going to have to keep an eye on these guys tonight. All right, so now everybody, the restart zone will be in the hands of the leader, but he has to fire within the restart box. So it's going to be interesting to see. The leader's still going to have the advantage, but how much of an advantage will they have now when they had before, which was basically once the pace car got off the racing surface, they could go. So we're going to have to see what happens here. Got Lori out in chat saying, come on, Tanner. Constance, come on, Mark. See you out there.
Well, Lori, right now, Tanner's up 2 spots in that 10th spot in that 4 car.
I'd like to point out that also Mark Arthur back there in 25th position right now. I see Eddie V out in chat for Paul Ellison. Where's he running at, Terry? Where's he at?
Let's see if we can find Paul Ellison.
I'm showing him in 3rd spot. 3rd spot
yes,
for the
he
number
is.
55 right now, so.
Oh, yeah, he's way up top.
I mean, we're 5 laps in here at Dover. So a long way to go yet, but track position could be key here tonight.
We'll definitely have to see as, well, we're going to be going green, taking lap number 7. So there is a long way to go here for these guys tonight. I'm sure some of these guys are going to be taking their time. Because again, these guys, we only have 4 sets of tires in the pits. So just doing that math, you know, 5 pit stops or 5 total tire sets. We got to go, what's that, 48 laps, I believe, per set? Which is just on the edge of the fuel window. So I think these guys are going to be taking it easy.
I was looking around. So during that, right before that caution, I heard Amanda Sherman hollering everybody to go high, go high. I got looking at her car and a couple of other ones that was around her. Everybody looks like they got through there pretty good, guys.
Getting ready here. Pace car is about to make that hard left-hand turn back onto pit road to hand the field back under control of Race Clark. And he's about to get to that restart zone, so we'll have to see how early he decides he's going to go here.
In the zone, he goes super early. Great restart for the 0-2. Can't change lanes though until he hits that start-finish line. Now he does. That was actually a really good jump for him, Dalton, in that 0-2 machine.
Absolutely. That's more of a jump than I initially thought anybody would really get with the new restart zone, but he made it work, and it looks like for the most part everybody in the top 10-15 has gotten already single filed out.
Yeah, Dalton, I was about ready to say the same thing. Back here, 8th place, on back 12th and 13th. Everybody's singled out real good. Nobody's pressuring nobody right now. So this is kind of stuff we want tonight.
Taylor
Joshua
Butcher Benjamin
backwards.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Taylor Butcher Benjamin getting around the 64. Joshua Rutherford there. Tanner Marr also looking to the inside of the number 64, and also the 87 of Kyle Hall out there. Looks like Josh is just kind of trying to conserve. He dropped about 3 or 4 positions right there.
And actually, now that I think about it, the last time Blazing Pedals was here at Dover, Joshua, he finished 2nd on a fuel mileage race. If he had one more lap, Joshua Rutherford would have won this race last season. Granted, it was a separate car, but it was the same amount of fuel, and I believe it was the same amount of laps too. Now, obviously, the circumstances of that race were a little different with cautions coming out. Can't really predict that, but Josh knows how to save fuel around here effectively and not really lose too much speed.
Back up to the front, though. Race Clark in the 0-2. He's led all the laps so far and still out there leading right now. Chris Carroll trying to run him down in that number 24. Don't see any fuel saving done by them.
Same thing you did, and I don't see nothing.
Well, I do see one thing. It looks like Casey Campbell has manually disconnected from the session. So I wonder if it has something to do with Casey.
88, Jamie Walker just worked his way around the 89 Philadelphia fleet. We're trying to run down that 12 of Mark Arthur as Mark is working on, I can't see what car that is. The 83, that is? Oh. Yeah, the 83, Joe Alvareco.
something has
happened up
my-
at the front here.
my timing and scoring has told me that Race Clark just dropped all the way back down to
He
down
might
to like
have blinked.
26th, but he's the leader still.
Yeah, he might have blinked out there. Might be having some electrical issues going on with that Toyota. Not quite sure. We're going to have to keep an eye on him for the rest of the night, see what happens. But Chris Carroll still trying to run down that 0-2. Give third to Paul Ellison in that number 55.
Oh, that was going pretty wide.
Jordan McAvoy in fourth position right now, and Derek Paulson rounds out your top five. But don't look now, guys. My pick, Ty Morosco, in the number one, sixth position. You got, what is that, 4 MFRD cars right there, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Reckon, guys, we're going to have a caution here.
Sounds like it was around Amanda Sherman.
Oh, wow. There's a few involved, guys.
All right, we're going to have to go see if we can't get a look at what happened there, everybody. We got a yellow flag out on the Speedway. Oh, looks like Dave Seats and McAvoy are into it right here.
And that got Mark Arthur involved.
Yes.
Fred Thompson just scooted right up through.
Let's see. Let's back it up here once again. Everybody get a good replay on this. Yeah, it looks like McAvoy was just a little bit slower into the corner, and it looks like Dave Seats kind of got into the back of him and turned him around there. Mark Arthur hard on the brakes, trying not to hit Dave, gets into the back of him. Jamie Walker just scooting on through there, too.
They date Amanda Sherman. I think she was able to get through there, but she may have damage now.
So let's see if we have any takers on pit road. I see the number 24, Chris Carroll, ducking on down in.
Oh, we got quite a few. Looks like the MFRD guys are coming in too. Except for Doc Butch, who stayed out.
James Miller also stayed out. Jamie Walker staying out. Philip Van Vliet. Quite a few people, though. We got Chris Carroll, Ty Morosco, Derek Paulson, Brian Dees all on pit road.
Looks like majority of these stops are fuel only. Don't really see anybody taking tires unless Trevor Harmon is, but I think he may have gotten a little bit of damage potentially.
And we know, like, these guys are probably going to be just topping off with fuel right now. I mean, you're 17 laps into a 240-lap race here at Dover. Tires are going to be what wins this race. Whether it be fuel or not, you still need the tires underneath you to go fast. So,
Jamie Walker spent over 10 seconds in pit. So I wouldn't think he would just take rights only, but...
No, I think he was just waiting in his stall once the fuel tank was full.
Okay.
Just to make sure he would be a little bit further back when he did pit, as Philip Van Vliet is actually coming into the pits along with Mark Arthur. I think they want to be at the very back of everybody.
Philip Van Vliet, fuel warmer.
Let's see, our running order right now. Race Clark still your race leader. He has not pit yet. Paul Ellison in second. Jordan McAvoy third. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in fourth. Tanner Marr fifth. James Miller sixth. Jamie Walker seventh. Joe Alberico in eighth. And then we have Chris Carroll, the first guy who did pit under this caution, in ninth. Derek Paulson rounds out your top 10. So I'm gonna be keeping my eye on this restart with Chris Carroll, because obviously he was running right up there behind Race Clark. I feel like he was probably saving his stuff just a little bit because he wasn't fully catching Race Clark, which Race has some really good speed here tonight. I'm not trying to discount anything that Race is doing. But I just think with the full tank of fuel and the tires that Chris is normally pretty good at saving, I'm thinking he's going to make a couple runs and try to get back up to where he's on that rear bumper of the 0-2 and try to pressure him a little bit, see if he can't maybe force the 0-2 into a mistake, as we have one to green here.
pace car lights are off, so they will line up side by side. And get them back under green flag this time around. Race Clark, as Dalton said, is your race leader. Once you get around to that restart zone, it will be in the hands of the 0-2. See Jason Powell
I was
out
watching
there.
Mark Arthur doing all his pits. He's setting it. He's come out at 20. What? I forgot what I was trying.
20th.
He's come out in 20th. 12:57 sitting there and getting his car fixed, I believe.
I'd like to point out Jason Powell out in chat. He's checking in from his campsite. Said, how's it going? It's going pretty well, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Pace car making that left-hand turn back onto pit roads. Back in the hands of Race Clark. Let's see if he can get the same jump he's been getting on these starts.
Into the restart zone, fires off.
Gets a good jump. He gets Jordan McAvoy with a good jump too. I think he might have had his hand out the window trying to wave him through.
Good move. Teammates working together there on that restart. Give the lead back to Race Clark. As we go a little bit further back, I see James Miller back there trying to make a move on the inside of the number 10. He's going to get it done going into turns 3 and 4. And don't look now, Dalton. Like you said, Chris Carroll on the inside of Doc Butcher right now.
Looks like he's going to get that move just about done coming out of turn 4 as he's actually in front of the 10 now. He's already up 3 positions from the restart. So Chris Carroll shot off like a rocket out of there. And he's looking at this side-by-side battle in front of him. James Miller, Tanner Marr, probably licking his chops a little bit, hoping he can follow. Well, he's following James Miller right through there. Already up to 5th.
Watching Mark Arthur. He got his car fixed. He's got Rick Thompson on his back end. They're both kind of working on the 8 car right now. And Amanda Sherman trying to run her down. Then after that, they got Phil Van Fleet in that 89. I don't think they're going to catch him anytime soon. That 89 is on a rail, guys.
So also, I'd like to point out Matt Grunberg back there. He's trying to work his way up through the field, up 5 spots from where he started the race. Looking at the inside of the number 8 of Amanda Sherman.
Oh, man. That's going to bring out a caution. Oh, no, it ain't.
Who you looking at, Terry? I need names.
42, Kyle Wellman. Him and I can't remember the car number, but he got into it. Wellman got down into the grass. He was able to save it, keep it going forward. So we did not have a caution.
So we're going to stay green flag. Race Clark still your race leader right now. And Jordan McAvoy running 2nd. And don't look now, Paul Ellison trying to make a move for 3rd. But James Madman Miller there on the inside looking to take 3rd place away from the 55.
Paul Ellison almost hit the wall there. That's going to open the door up for James Miller. He's going to get to the inside. They're side by side through the corner. Miller gets half a car length ahead. Now he's a full car length ahead. That opens the door. Chris Carroll going underneath Paul Ellison for 4th position. And Tanner Marr looks like he might try to follow it through, but Paul Ellison slams the door shut and minimizes the damage from his little loss of momentum, or at least thought he did. Now here comes Tanner to the inside going into turn 1. Paul looks like he's probably going to be able to defend this position a little bit easier. Tanner lifts.
38 of Brandon Feeney just made his way back out onto the pits, out from the pits, guys, back on track. And as he pulls out there, he's out in front of those leaders now. I hope he has a car to speed here.
Looks like he's definitely trying to get up to speed, as he actually held up both the 21 and the 09. And those two guys are falling kind of back into the clutches of Chris Carroll, as the 09 gives the 21 a little bit of a playful, nudge on the rear bumper, like, hey, buddy, go. Because he's feeling the pressure from Chris Carroll right behind him.
Jamie Walker.
Jamie Walker looking to the inside of the number 1 of Tom Orozco right now, not quite able to get it done. Go ahead, Dalton.
I was going to say, meanwhile, all of this battling that's been happening, Race Clark is loving it. He is pulled out to, what is that, about 0.8 of a second gap over 2nd place. And he's just kind of maintaining and just loving life right now. Out here leading since the start of the race.
that 10 at TBB, he is all over the back end of that 4 at Tanner Marr. I don't know if trying to scare him or just trying to find that certain spot to get around him.
Yeah, he looked to the inside right there, but not quite able to make a move and get it done. Looks like everybody's pretty much calmed down, single filed out right now. As we go back, let's take a look at Corey Sherman back here. Matt Grunberg looking to the inside of him. And look for the number 3 to race him hard here.
TBB looking to the inside of Marr right now, and that 4 down underneath of him. Trying to make that stick down there. Bringing Ty Morosco in at 1 and the 88 of Jamie Walker with him.
Yeah, it looks
get
like
around,
the 4.
Get around that 4 car, Tanner Marr.
Looks like the 4 might have gotten a little tight right there coming out of turn number 2, Terry.
Like possibly out of that, or maybe he is trying to save his right front just a little bit, because I know, especially around here, if you burn that right front off early, you are going to be regretting it later on in this run, because your car is not going to want to turn on entry, it's not going to want to turn in the middle, it's not going to want to turn on exit. It's going to be like you're driving a boat on land, and it's not going to be fun. So he's probably trying to just maintain what grip he's got, as Doc Butch has gotten around Paul Ellison to get himself up into the top 5. Looks like Jamie Walker is looking underneath the 55 as well, trying to get another spot and get back up towards the front. Chris Carroll pressurizing the 09 of James Miller. I think he really wants to get around James right there, see if he can't make a run at catching the 21 or the 02.
He gets a great run through the center off the corner on the 09. He's definitely trying to get around him here, but just can't seem to make the move work. He gets, as you can see, he just gets right up on the back bumper of that 09, the center off the corner. So Chris Carroll's got something figured out here at Dover.
It's almost like Chris, I mean, obviously Chris has the ability to get that run middle off that you need to make the pass. It's just almost like he's not timing it right, as he's actually got Taylor Butch Benjamin and Jamie Walker right behind him now. So he's going to start feeling a little pressure to get around James Miller.
Ty Morosco, Tanner Marr both worked their way around that 55 of Paul Ellison.
So that gives Ty Morosco 7th spot. He's down 3 positions from where he started, but could be saving a little bit of tire, could be saving some fuel. Gonna have to keep an eye on him throughout the race as usual. And again, it looks like everybody's kind of calmed down, guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching 24 Chris Carroll working on the 09 at Miller right now. Oh, boy, I thought he was going to leave a little love tap right there. And we got Walker kind of pushing Doc Benjamin there a little bit too.
Yeah, 4 cars under a blanket right now. The 09, the 24, the 10, and the 88. Chris Carroll still trying to work around that 09. We all know James is not going to make it easy on him. That's, the number 10 looks to the inside of the 24, just not able to get there, but allows the 88 to look to the outside of the 10. And he's got the position. Can't get the pass done.
Tried something there. He went up a little bit higher because the 10 was looking underneath him, and he got a really good run out of turn 2. He almost got to the inside of the 09, but James Miller just shut the door on him. Didn't really give him that opportunity. But something else we got to start thinking about: fuel. These guys, we've got 7 drivers that still have not pit yet, and we're on lap 39. We are in the fuel window if it had gone green the entire time. Now, granted, obviously we did have some caution laps, so these guys are probably going to be going a little bit longer than expected, but I think at least our top 3, they're going to be pitting here within the next, 5, maybe 10 laps at the most for their first pit stop. And then Chris Carroll's going to end up being our race leader, because he should have the most fuel out of anybody right now.
I'd like to point out the Race Clark has a pretty good gap right now for the lead. And Jordan McAvoy, he's kind of fallen back into the clutches of the 09 and the 24 right now.
This could be an opportunity for that 24 to get around James Miller, because if this 21 car ends up actually holding up James Miller at a crucial point in the corner, that could open the door for Chris Carroll, as he's actually looking underneath the 09.
And also,
And
Jamie Walker looking to the inside of the 24 right there.
So something that Jamie Walker did a little bit ago, guys, he went around Taylor Butcher Benjamin on the outside of him in a turn about
Chris
4 or
Carroll's
5
trying to
laps
do the
ago
same
to
to
get
James
that
Miller.
spot. So don't count Jamie.
3 wide.
Oh,
three wide.
Well, that was 3 wide.
Chris Carroll backs out. That was a smart move. Jordan McAvoy loses 2 spots here. Ooh, a little contact there between him and Jamie.
Jamie's actually going to get his nose underneath James Miller. He's going to have to back out
Yeah,
because
he got tight
looks
right
like he
there.
got a little tight.
And look at this, the number 1 at Ty Morosco getting around the 21 right here too. He's looking to the
Where'd he come
inside.
from?
Yeah, where did he come from? He was hiding back there.
Well, he ain't hiding any longer. He's up into the top 5 now. He's clear of that 21 car.
So put the number 1 at Ty Morosco up in the top 5. Jordan McAvoy is going to look back underneath him, but can't get there.
You know, Race Clark still with what, 4.5 second lead over these guys right here. This is awesome back here. This 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, Race Clark is pulling on these guys right now, racing, but he's also catching lap traffic here. I see Kyle Wellman up there just in front of him, so we're gonna have to see how that's gonna affect
Side
him.
for second. Oh, James Miller taps the wall out of turn 2. That's gonna hand it to Jamie Walker, and then here comes Chris Carroll. He's gonna follow Jamie through in the 3rd spot.
So give second place to Jamie Walker. And now we know how Jamie is here, so we're going to have to see if he can now run down Race Clark with about a 4-second lead over him right now. But Chris Carroll also pulling up to the back bumper of that 88.
Just that last lap alone, even with Jamie making the move on James Miller, looks like Jamie was about half a tenth faster than Race Clark. We'll have to see what he does now here in clean air.
Caution's out, guys.
Caution.
We got caution.
Sounds like Taylor Butcher Benjamin involved.
Oh,
we'll have to go
man.
back and see what happened.
A lot of guys checking up here. We're going to have to go back
Rick
and see
Thompson,
what happened.
guys.
All right,
I'm
so
at turn 4.
We're looking at Doc Butcher here. We're going to see what happens. As Dalton said, they were coming out of turn 4. So he's to the inside of the 21 right here. Doesn't look like anything's happening just yet. 21's kind of coming down the racetrack a little bit. Taylor's trying to come up. Oh, and it's just that classic bumper hook. It looks like it's kind of mutual from what I'm seeing, guys. I mean, Taylor was trying to roll up off the corners. McAvoy was trying to turn down. He got the 76 involved. Looks like the number 4, Tanner Mars, involved with that. 87 hard on the brakes. Kyle Hall trying to avoid him, but just couldn't do it and gets into the 10 a little bit. And then Gruenberg and John Perkins trying to make their way through there. Ooh, Perkins gets into the 21 there. Oh, man. That's big damage for the 33. Paul Ellison just barely makes it through there.
Yeah, Sam, you calling out all them cars, man. They had a lot of good cars. I think got caught up into that one.
It's like everybody's coming down pit road right now. I'm going to predict just about everybody's going to be taking a set of 4 fresh tires here.
I was going to say, you said about 48 laps. We're on lap 49 right now, so we're going to have to see what everybody does. Everybody on pit road. Race Clark did a great job managing that first, we'll call it stint, of about 48 laps. But we saw Jamie Walker was making the charge, so we're going to have to see what happens here when they get 4 fresh Goodyears on them cars and see what happens. Or, I'm sorry, General tires.
Guys, Ty Morosco's taking tires. The 3 in front of him did not.
So
Yeah,
we got some
Ty
strategy.
Morosco, Derek Paulson, Tanner Marr, Kyle Hall, and Philip Van Fleet, Greg Moore, Corey Rutherford, Dave Seats. Looks like all of them took tires. Front 3, Chris Carroll, Jamie Walker, Race Clark. Well, actually, front 5 did not take tires. That's Chris Carroll, Jamie Walker, Race Clark, James Miller, Matt Gruenberg up to 5th. Taking fuel only on that stop. Looks like Paul Ellison did not take tires either. Corey Sherman, Brad Lawson, Mark Arthur, those guys fuel only.
Sam, I mean, your guy is sitting back here pretty much the one with fresh tires. In the, well, he's in 6th right now, so it's going to be interesting.
I'm sorry, I must have bumped my mic and muted it. I'd like to bring Taylor Butcher Benjamin up and talk to him real quick, guys.
Yeah, good. I seen he was in there, then he moved.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Sam, Terry, and Dalton up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, you know, it's unfortunate. We hate to be talking to you under these circumstances, but do you have any idea what happened out there?
I know the 21 was starting to drop back, and I saw an opening on the inside, and I thought I had enough room to make the pass off of 4, and I guess maybe he just came down a tad and caused a major wreck. It just stinks this early, and especially since I was, I don't know, 4 or 3 laps from pitting, because I stayed out the first time, so just really disappointing.
Well, do you have a lot of damage? Do you think you're going to be able to get that 10 car back out on track?
Yeah, in like 45 minutes, but I mean, I gotta dig for points. Yeah, I know. I had a hell of a time trying to get it back to pit road, but I mean, I'll get back out there and see what if I can pick up any positions. But yeah, this my race is ruined, and I guess just go on to Darlington.
Well, we'll go ahead and let you get back to your team, Taylor. We just wanted to talk to you for a second. We appreciate your time, and hope you can get back out there and get a few positions.
Yep, thanks, guys.
That was driver the number 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Guys, it's a shame. It's a shame that he got knocked out early. He's doing good in the points.
Yeah, Sam, right now, Taylor is sitting 9th in our points, right behind Brian Dees and right above Corey Sherman.
Let's see. Pace car takes that left-hand turn down pit road. The field is in the hands of Chris Carroll now. We'll see what he decides to do here on this start. Once he gets into the restart zone, he gets a really good jump.
Oh, a little bit of wheel spin there from Race Clark. Ty Morosco looks to the inside of the 0-2. They're 3 wide going down into turn 1. We know Ty Morosco on those fresh tires. Looks like they're going to sort it out.
Don't think Ty Morosco was supposed to do that. I think maybe he was supposed to lift off there. We'll have to see what race control decides they want to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, he was
the
just
way I
trying to
would look
avoid
at
it.
it,
So.
Dalton. Again, that's something we can talk about later. He was avoiding not hitting him, so I don't know, man. This is something we have to talk about probably.
Well, the question is who had the position when they crossed the line? I mean, if Ty was ahead of him, he didn't really try to give the position back. Do you know what I mean? So,
right.
So we're gonna have to see.
When they crossed the line, I believe it was Race who was still ahead.
So then, what Ty did, I think, was okay. He didn't wreck nobody, and he let Race keep the position, and then made the pass out into turn 1. We're gonna have to see what race control says on that one. But with race control racing, we're not quite sure.
That's right.
So yeah, so they're gonna look at it afterwards, ladies and gentlemen, and penalties get sorted out after the race, and we'll find out for next week, and we'll let you know at the beginning of the race. And good thing is that we haven't had to announce any pre-race penalties, so that's always good.
Not for quite some time.
Look at that. Number 1 getting around Jamie Walker right there.
He is the spearhead for a couple of Michael Falk Racing Designs paint schemes. She's bringing Derek Paulson and Tanner Marr with him. All 3 of those guys on fresh tires, trying to see if they can run down Chris Carroll. I don't think it's going to be much of a problem because Chris Carroll, again, did not take tires and is still on the original tires.
But see, that's an interesting strategy call, right? I mean, you got guys out here on new tires and guys out here on old tires. So what's going to happen when they pit again here the next go-around of pit stops? I'm interested to see who's going to take tires and who isn't.
we'll have to see when that round of pit stops is. If they do it under green, I assume everybody's going to take tires.
Ty Morosco looking to the inside of the number 24 right here. Gonna clear him coming off of turn number 2. Give the lead to number 1 at Ty Morosco.
Guys, I want to say something. Up 21 spots in that 89. Philip Van Vliet is running 6th now, but he also has brand new tires. I don't know if he's going to be able to run down Kyle Hall with his new tires.
But speaking of Kyle Hall, he's up to 4th position in his debut was technically at Auto Club, but with his issues, these are the first laps he's turning in the league. So with his debut, he's up to 4th with his current strategy, and he's hunting down those MFRD cars.
Guys, we got a lot of good racing going on. I tell you what I want to do right now. Something we like to do here on Turn 3 Racing Network. A Turn 3, turn it up. Man, I tell you what, I love the crank it up cameras, turn it up cameras. It's awesome. While we were under turn it up, though, give the lead over to the number 4, Tanner Marr, guys.
Yeah, while we was away, I was actually watching 89 at Van Fleet. He just keeps putting guys behind him. Derek Paulson actually did kind of pull over to let him go, but he actually had to race around Ty Morosco in that number 1 car. And I believe he is running down Kyle Hall.
Yeah, Philip Van Vliet, though, in 3rd place. The Dutchman up 24 spots from where he started this race.
Now, here's the thing with the Dutchman. I'm hoping he gets to finish this race, but he sometimes has to be at work like at 10:30. It's 9:30 right now, so I'm hoping he gets to finish out this race.
It's going to be very tight.
Yes, it is. As long as we stay green, I think he might have a shot at it.
We'll keep an eye on him. He's running 3rd place. I'd hate to see him have to pull off early, but we all know real life takes priority over virtual racing.
Yeah, if we have a caution, I'll definitely run down to the team and I'll talk to him real quick.
With Ty Morosco running in 4th position, Derek Paulson in the number 6. He's your top 5 right there. And Chris Carroll in the number 24. You said, Dalton, he didn't take tires. He's still out there running in 6th position.
Yeah, him and Jamie Walker are doing a pretty good job at holding on to some pretty good track position, as they're both well inside the top 10. You know, with those older tires, they're showing that they know how to get around here and they know how to save tires to the point where
we're getting pretty racy back here going into turns 1 and 2. The 18 of Trevor Harmon going around Jamie Walker. And the lap car, Kyle Woman in the mix there, and Joe Alberico also was in the mix there. And then Dave Seats making his way up in the top 10 in that number 14.
oh, they're going to go 3 wide. They're splitting Jamie Walker. Coming out of turn 4, Joe Alberico on the outside, Kyle Woman on the inside.
And this just shows you what them new tires can do. We know Jamie Walker did not take tires this go around, and everybody else did. And he is just going straight to the back, guys.
I would say Chris Carroll probably going to be kind of following Jamie towards the back as these guys start to catch him. But we'll have to see, because Chris has shown that he's got some pretty good long-run speed. And for him to have 70 laps on those tires and still be maintaining a 6th place position, as Trevor Harmon's actually going to start catching him now.
See Jason Powell on chat. He's rooting on the number 18 of Trevor Harmon. We got you, Jason. He's out there. He's making his way up now to the 6th position. Got around Chris Carroll.
Guys, 89 of Phil Van Fleet has caught the 87 of Kyle Hall. As they work on lap traffic of that 33.
33?
Yeah, 33 of John Perkins. They're going to both get around him pretty easily here, it looks like. Number 89 trying to get to the back bumper of that 87. Not able to get there just yet, but definitely making some progress. Looks like Derek Paulson and Ty Morosco have kind of split off into their own section of the racetrack here. And Tanner Marr, he is out front, but Kyle Hall and Phillip look like they may be running him down, guys.
Oh, they definitely are, Sam. That's what I've been kind of looking at too. I mean, kind of focus on these top 3 here for a little bit.
Yeah, Phillip is trying everything he can to get around that number 87. Just nothing seems to be working.
I imagine the tires are pretty much even now, Sam. What do you think?
Well, we still see guys blowing past Jamie Walker and Chris Carroll. I mean, Chris Carroll's still losing spots to guys right now. For these guys who did take tires, yeah, I mean, it all depends on how much you can save that right front or that right rear. I mean, are these guys getting loose coming off of the corners? We know how Dover can be. So it looks like they might have evened out a little bit because they're not really gaining on Tanner, but Tanner's not really pulling either. However, we are catching lap traffic here.
Yeah, as I've looked, and Chris Carroll's starting to fall back a little bit. Seats is doing good. Alberico, he's up to 7th right now.
Yeah, Joe's having a really great run tonight here at Dover in the number 83. As Terry said, he's sitting in 7th spot. He's up 8 positions from where he started the race and just sitting inside the top 10. Good run for the number 83.
Tanner Marr is going to be running up on Ellison here pretty quick. Lap traffic of Ellison. That may help the 87 of Hall and 89 of Van Fleet to catch Tanner.
We'll keep a camera on them. Looks like Tanner's going to duck to the inside of the 55 here going into turns 3 and 4. 87 pushes up the track a little bit. He's going to get around him clean as well. Also, look at that. The Dutchman getting around the 55 with ease.
Dutchman actually did look underneath the 87 going into that turn back here, Sam, and I think he thought differently about trying to push it through there.
Oh, we got one in the wall. It's Fred Thompson. They had to push it 3 wide. Tanner Marr around the 76 and the 46. The 87 looking to the inside of the 4 for the lead coming out of turn number 4. Not quite able to get there. And the Dutchman coming through as well. They managed that really well with the 46 getting into the outside wall there, guys.
You're going to be coming over Brad Lawson. He'll be a lap down here once Tanner gets around him in that 63 car. When was our last fuel stop, Sam? Do you remember?
Well, we had that caution flag, so that caution was on lap, I believe, 56 or somewhere around there, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay, I'm looking right now. 48, 49 is the last time everybody kind of pitted. So we ain't too far from green flag stops.
No, we can't be too far away from it.
As all three of Marr and Van Fleet and Hall all worked their way around the lap traffic there of Lawson.
Yeah, top three, I mean, put a blanket over them. I really want to see what the rest of the field's doing, but I want to see if this 87 can manage to get around the 4. He looks to the inside, coming off of turn 4 there, not quite able to do it. And the 89 looking to the outside. 87's there, guys. 89's also there. They all got tight coming out of turn 2. It's getting dicey up here at the front, guys.
Yeah, it definitely is.
We're not even 100 laps into this thing.
I think Philip said, I'll back off just a little bit, catch my breath, and try it again.
I mean, honestly, too, guys, let's shout out the number 4, Tanner Marr. I mean, he's up here leading this thing. We really hardly ever see him leading the race. He's always up near the front, but he tends to stay calm and back in the top 5, top 10. So, good run for the number 4 holding these guys off here at Dover.
Well, Sam, you know, one thing I always say is these guys start looking in their mirrors. That's when you start screwing up. Tanner probably doesn't even know Hall was behind him.
I mean, Hall is trying everything he can. I keep seeing them both run different lines. And it looks like Hall might have something here coming off turn 4. Nope, can't get there. So, Tanner Marr still with the lead. Let's go back a little bit into the field here. We see Derek Paulson in 5th. Trevor Harmon up to 6th. Dave Seats running in 7th position there. He's up 12 spots from the start of the race. And also newcomer Greg Moore in the number 34 in 8th position. He's up 10 spots. And Joshua Rutherford in the number 64. He's sitting in 9th position. Actually, just got around. Looks like, oh, we got, looks like Trevor Harmon coming down pit road, guys.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I'm still watching the front up here. Hall just keeps looking to the inside of Tanner Marr. And just, he has to back off. It gets tight. He just can't make it stick.
And then here we go, guys. We must be in the pit window. Philip Van Fleet, the Dutchman, bringing the 89 down pit road. So let's watch these leaders. Let's see what they do here. Coming out of turn number 2 there. The 87, ooh, gets a little tight, almost in the wall a little bit. Tanner's going to get a run here on the, 83. So they still haven't pit yet. They decide to keep those race cars out on track right now. The 88 of Jamie Walker, guys, on pit road. Let's keep an eye on him, see if he takes tires. I would imagine so here.
Yeah, Jamie Walker's ran almost 90 laps on that first set of tires. I think it's time for a new set of generals.
And something about this pit road, guys, under green flag conditions.
We have a caution, Sam.
Oh, we do. What do we got going on, guys? Someone had to have spawned off pit road or something, right? What do we got?
I'm looking.
Let's see here. Let's see if we can't find everybody. I'm assuming somebody had, there's something had to have happened. I just can't seem to find it here. Dalton, you got anything?
I've got nothing. I haven't seen anything.
So not sure why the yellow flag came out there, guys. We're gonna have to see with race control. Maybe some debris out on the track. Not sure. And as you guys see, Tanner Marr, Kyle Hall, Ty Morosco, Derek Paulson, all bringing it down pit road.
I went down and talked to a couple of drivers. They have no clue why there's a caution, guys.
Looks like we'll have to get a word from race control, possibly some debris out on the racetrack. We're not 100% sure here at Dover Motor Speedway, but with the pits, it looks like it's going to hand the lead over right now to the number 34 of Greg Moore. And guys, something I wanted to point out a little bit ago but couldn't. It looked like the number 54 of Matt Grunberg was a lap down. So it looks like he's going to try and get the wave around here and get one of them laps back. While we're under caution, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
We're back live. Turn 3 Racing Network, the Blazing Pedals, TRJ.com. We're here at, where are we at? Dover, guys. Hey, I went down and checked with a lot of the teams to find out what was going on with that caution. Nobody really knew, but we found it. It was Dave Seats, so he did get an EOL. Also, stopped down at the TNA Motorsports, talked with them guys. Guys, Phil Van Fleet will not end with the race tonight. He has to go to work.
That is a shame. He was having such a great run too. I mean, he was in contention for that banner and maybe even possibly the first TNA Gold banner. Guys, I want to point out as we're going green here, check out Shop Talk on Facebook every Monday night at 8 p.m. It's awesome. They talk about the race and everything. Watch the broadcast back. Check them out. We're going back green flag racing here. Ty Morosco is going to have his finger on the trigger here in the restart zone. Derek Paulson to his outside. Tanner Moore sitting in third. Green flag back out in the air here at Dover.
Oh, we got to watch that car, Sam. That number 4, Tanner Moore. He's the only one in the top top 4 now, other than Kyle Hall. They both took tires along with Chris Carroll.
Which was an interesting call. They were around their second fuel window. So I'm wondering if they have enough sets in to just keep taking tires for the rest of the race. We're going to have to keep an eye on everybody here. But Ty Morosco leading this thing right now. Tanner Moore looking to the inside.
I don't math good, so I ain't going to try to figure that out.
Well, Ty Morosco looks like he's going to go to the high side of the racetrack and let around the number 4 and the 24. And the 87 back there looking to his inside too. Going to clear him going into turns 3 and 4.
Kyle Hall worked his way underneath the number 1 of Ty Morosco to keep himself up in third place as Chris Carroll looking underneath Tanner Moore.
I want to point out, we haven't talked about him since the beginning of the race. Race Clark up to 4th position again, and also behind him, number 12, Mark Arthur.
Yeah, a little bit ago, Mark Arthur was actually a lap down. So now he's up 15 spots into 5th. Oh, hell. Right behind him in the 3 is Corey Sherman up 11 spots in the 6. See, they all took tires also, so let's be watching those guys.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of strategies being played out here. And the biggest question I have is I'm wondering where the fuel strategy is going to play out now. We know they can do about 38 to 48 laps, but we're not sure exactly where the limit is, especially if these guys start saving. I know from prior experience, we got to keep an eye on the number 12 here. I remember in NASCAR, he won the race, and he won by a whole lap, and he was driving with one arm, Terry.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, I remember that when he done that. And I want to say it was a few races right after that or before it. He also won, is the 02. Race Clark gets underneath Kyle Hall. But Mark also won a road course race one-handed.
We're riding on board Mark Arthur here. Race Clark to the inside of the 87. Going to clear him here in turn 3. Mark's going to look to the inside of the 87. Looks like he's going to get him here. Give Mark Arthur position number 4 on the racetrack.
Yeah, Mark Arthur spent 20 seconds on the pits. He must have had a little bit of damage he had to be taken care of. But he's got that Arca car just hauling out there.
Well, I tell you what, somebody else who's hauling out there right now is the number 24, Chris Carroll. A couple weeks ago, won an Auto Club, bringing that momentum here to Dover, out here leading this race with 100 laps down.
Again, Chris Carroll being my pick tonight. Corey Sherman running in that 6th spot is Dalton's pick. And, of course, you pick Ty Morosco running in that 8th spot.
Yeah, getting passed by Jamie Walker right now, too. And actually, look now, Matt Gruenberg to the inside as well, bringing Rick Thompson. I'm showing Matt Gruenberg 2 laps down here, guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, too. 18th place. Actually, I'm showing him only 1 lap down. Oh, there goes the 2.
Race Clark looking to the inside of the number 4. He's going to get him here coming off at turn number 4. Mark Arthur also trying to come through. Ooh, Tanner gets tight there coming off of 4.
I think Tanner actually had to lift so that he and Mark did not have to touch right there.
Yeah, that was close right there. Mark Arthur all over the back bumper of the 02, trying to find a way around him. Just can't figure out where he wants to go. Looks like he's going to try a high entry and pull the car down low coming off of 4. Gets right on the back bumper. Going to look to the inside here going into turn 1. Not quite going to be able to clear him, though, coming off of turn number 2. Going into 3 and 4, makes the pass. Give 2nd position to the number 12, Mark Arthur.
Give you a rundown right quick. We got Chris Carroll running 1st, Mark Arthur 2nd. Race Clark in his 02 running 3rd. Tanner Marr in his 4 running 4th. Kyle Hall in 87 running 5th. Corey Sherman in the 3 car running 6th. Brad Lawson in that 63. Good job, Brad. Up in 7th. Joshua Rutherford 64 in the 8th spot. Ty Morosco in his number 1 running 9th. And Derek Paulson in number 6 running in 10th. That is your top 10.
And let's just go through the whole field here, Terry. Philip Van Vliet, the Dutchman, out there looking to take that 10th position right now, but sitting in 11th. Dave Seats got that EOL for that last caution. No big deal for him. Back up to 11th position right now as he makes his way around the 18. Sitting in 13th position is Brian Deason, number 17. Greg Morton in number 34. In 14th position, Jamie Walker sitting in 15th. James Madman Miller out there in 16th. Corey Rutherford, looks like he's all by himself out there on the racetrack, running in 17th. Matt Gruenberg, unfortunately, 2 laps down, running in 18th position. And Paul Ellison out there in 19th.
Yeah, then we got Amanda Sherman in the number 8 running 20th. John Perkins in the 33 running the 21st. Trevor Harmon running in that 18 car for Jason Powell tonight in 22nd. Joe Alberico in that 83 running 23rd. Kyle Wellman in his 42 running in the 24th. Rick Thompson 10 laps down in 25th spot. Fred Thompson 11 laps down running 26th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin still sitting in pit road trying to get that car fixed.
Hey, Terry, I hate to cut you off, but we got a heck of a battle going on up here near the front. They're trying to get around the lap cars of the 83 and the 46, and it is just a gaggle up here right now with these guys. Looks
that
like
2 and that 12, man. Those 2, excuse me. And that 12 is just put on a heck of a race for you guys tonight.
it looks like everybody's going to manage their way around, but Terry, they were all within a tenth of each other right there, trying to get around the lap traffic of the number 83 there and the number 46 of Fred Thompson.
Now, with them guys dealing with all that, Sam, if you look at the time and scoring, Chris Carroll took advantage of that, buddy.
Yeah, he pulled out. He's got about a 3-second lead over second place Race Clark. I mean, if we look right now, you see Chris Carroll. He's coming off of turn number 2 right now. Race Clark, now he's coming off of turn 2. That's your gap, about a full straightaway to second place, ladies and gentlemen.
Race Clark and Mark Arthur both had to work their way around the 5 of Corey Rutherford, which is in 17th right now.
And, you know, let's give a shout out to the number 87. You know, he's been up near the front most of the race tonight. Unfortunately, had issues at Auto Club and wasn't able to make the grid, but showing he can run out here in the top 5 with these guys here tonight.
I just got news from our co-anchor there, third chair, Dalton Kilroy. As everybody knows, Dalton had some surgery a few weeks back, and guys, he's not feeling that well. He's going to bounce out, so Sam and I will just keep continuing what we do here. Dalton, we wish you the very best. You know that. So take your time, buddy. Chill out and just chill out, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Always we wish Dalton a speedy recovery and hope that he feels better soon. Me and Terry got it from here. Not a problem. It looks like Corey Rutherford coming out of the pits right here. Going to merge back up onto the racing surface. Looks like he's got clear track behind him. Chris Carroll down to about a 3-second lead. He's trying to get around lap traffic here. Got around Amanda Sherman. He's looking to the inside of 34 of Greg Moore right there. Gets around him with ease. But they are
Sam,
pulling.
I wonder with the 12 car, Mark Arthur, if that lap traffic didn't hurt him a little bit from running up there with Race Clark, man. He just dropped back a ton.
Well, it also could be all a strategy. I mean, we know how Mark is. He's a long run kind of guy. So if this race continues green, we're going to have to keep an eye on that number 12. A little bit further back, it looks like Corey Sherman's trying to run a different line here. He's entering high on the racetrack and exiting the corners lower. He gets a run on the 4 here, trying to get to the back bumper of him and take over that 5th position, but can't quite get there. Corey Sherman out of TNA Motors.
Yeah,
we got a caution. We got a caution out on the racetrack. Looks like I'm showing something might happen with the 09 of James Miller. Let's see if we can't get a replay on that. So it looks like Miller here, he's going into turn 1. Him and Joe Alberico right there. Oh, and it looks like they just made contact, and looks like Paul Ellison might have helped him around a little bit there, Terry.
Yeah, he may have touched him a little bit, and as Dalton's not here, I'm going to mute you, and I'm going to go listen to race control.
All right. While Terry go ahead and finds out what's going on with race control, who's going to be receiving that EOL, or if they're going to have to look at it after the race. We are going to stay side by side so you don't miss a thing, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hate to cut the commercial break, but we are 1-2 green right now. Terry, what do you got for us from race control?
So nobody wants to take that, so we will be looking at that at the end of the race. A lot of stuff happened here while we was in commercial. Notice Mark Arthur had to drop to the back. iRacing told him to drop to the back. A lot of other drivers are getting penalized and don't know why. We don't know if it's iRacing glitch or what's going on here. So these guys are going to have to just race back up there, I guess.
Well, we all know that Dover does have some issues, like when you get some green flag race and a bunch of guys start going a lap down. So, I mean, unfortunately, that's what happens again when we do this online racing sort of thing, but not a big deal. Looks like Philip Van Vliet, the Dutchman, finger on the trigger, I should say, fires off. Great restart for the 89. Give the lead to the number 89, the Dutchman.
So, interesting story with the Dutchman. You know, I went down there, I went and talked to him about finishing the race. He says, no, man, I ain't going to even get close. He goes, that's why I'm just out here racing as fast as I can.
A lot of stuff going on right now though, Terry. I mean, we can look back here. We're 3 wide almost here. Derek Paulson, Tanner Marr, Joshua Rutherford. And look at this, number 54. He's trying to get a lap back the old-fashioned way, trying to race his way up through the field.
And don't look now, though. We got the 87, Kyle Hall, trying to get it up there with Van Vliet. Now, Van Vliet's got new tires. Hall does not. Sherman is behind Hall, no fresh tires. Behind Sherman, we got the 6 of Derek Paulson, fresh tires.
So again, a lot of different strategies being played out here. Looks like the number 6 going to look to the inside of the number 3 coming out of turn number 2. Going to make the pass on the number 3 quite easily with them 4 fresh General tires.
I'm just sitting there watching Van Vliet. The 87 actually got up to him. Oh, as Paulson's
6.
looking inside.
Yeah, not only that, Grunberg looking for a lap back the hard way. Looks like he's going to look to the inside of the 6, side by side. So that's going to give Grunberg another lap back. Derek's going to just go ahead and let him have it here. Philip Van Vliet still trying to hold on to second position here from the 87 of Kyle Hall.
Now, Matt still has to pass Greg Moore and James Miller to be the lucky dog, Sam.
That's a long way to go, too, especially with Miller and Moore both starting at the rear of the field. But, you know, let's keep an eye on that 54. We know how he likes to pass race cars. He always starts in the back. Definitely keep your eye on him. He has the most wins this season. Never count out that number 54. Back up at the front of the pack, though, number 6 just went around the 34 of Greg Moore. And second place still belongs to Philip Van Vliet, the Dutchman. Race Clark going to look to the inside here, going down the back straightaway. He's going to try and bring Ty Morosco along with him. Looks like Philip's just going to go ahead and let him have it. That puts Ty Morosco back up into the 3rd position, Terry. And also, look at that, Race Clark back up into 2nd.
Yeah, these guys got these tire strategies figured out, I believe, Sam. I mean, we're 127 laps into 240 lap race. I mean, we still got
About 113
laps to go.
yeah.
113 laps to go.
Yeah, still a long way to go, and a couple more pit stops need to be made for these guys to be able to make it. So we're going to have to keep an eye pretty much on everybody at this point. A lot of different strategies being played out there here at Dover.
It makes you wonder how many of these guys have got another set of tires sitting in the pits.
And that's what I'm wondering, Terry. I mean, we saw like Jamie Walker and people like that try to stay out on old tires, and Jamie Walker right now still on the lead lap, running in 13th position, right behind the 12 of Mark Arthur.
Yeah, then you got Joshua Rutherford and James Miller, which Miller again is the last one on the lead lap. So all these guys got a lot of work to do to get back up to the top.
Looks like the number 18, he got into the wall there coming off of turn number 2. Managed to keep it up there, and we stay green. Back up to the front of the field, Race Clark trying to get around the 34 of Greg Moore to try and hunt down that number 6 for the race lead.
Well, I was just going to say, Greg Moore in that 34, he's no slouch out there, Sam. He's hanging right there with Paulson in that 6 as the 02 Race Clark just ran right up on the back of him there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure, Terry, you know, he's got to try something. You know, you don't want to be 2 laps down at Dover. Heck, you don't really even want to be 1 lap down at Dover. But if he can manage to get back around the 6 and the caution comes out, I mean, he's in a great spot. So,
oh, definitely.
He's got to do what he's got to do here. As he looks to the inside, can't quite get there. No, he can't get there. So he is trying, though, Terry. He's trying to get that lap back the hard way. Looking to the inside, going into turns 3 and 4. Is Paulson going to let him have it here? They run high up onto the racetrack. Bringing Race Clark along with him here, Terry, looking for a race lead. Looks like Derek's just going to slot
Paulson
back in.
Just said, you know what, go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he said there. But he lost a lot of momentum there, Terry, and now teammate Ty Morosco in the number 1 looking to the inside of that number 6.
So that, no, he's Moore still has to get around Grunberg and Miller now for him to be the lucky dog.
Everybody gets around Fred Thompson right there. We haven't really said a whole lot about him tonight. Right on board here with Fred Thompson. Oldest member of the league. Got to shout him out, Terry. Running in 26th position.
I want to say Fred is now 75 or 76, something like that. That Fred's out here usually every week with his son. With his son. I can't think of his name.
According to my driver lineup, Terry, he's 76 years old out here racing with these guys.
Okay, 76. Well, his son is Rick Thompson. They're all both part of Speed Mafia. And, Fred, I think, lives in Utah. And I think Rick might live in one of the Carolinas. I'm not 100%.
Back up to the front of the field, Race Clark gets around in 34 of Greg Moore, but Greg was racing him pretty hard there, Terry. Like I said, trying to keep that lap, and I mean, rightfully so. I mean, he's got to do everything he can to get a good finish here tonight. Oh, Jamie Walker on pit road, Terry. Did something happen?
Tires.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting 4 General tires and tank of Sunoco Racing Fuel, and he's out of pit road. Different strategy being played here by the number 88. Interesting call.
Back up front, we got Ty Morosco running down the 6th of Paulson now.
Out in chat, I'd like to point out that Lori and Constance both said, prayers for Dalton. Hope Dalton feels better. We greatly appreciate that. I'm sure Dalton does as well. Eddie V out there saying, you got this, Paul. Your tire strats always work out. So maybe we got to keep an eye on that number 55, Terry.
Oh, Silky. That's what we're going to start calling him, Silky, because that's what Eddie put out there earlier. So we don't know what that's about, but
yeah, we got to kind of roll with it now. So not much has changed here. Race lead over to the 02 of Race Clark. Derek Paulson in number 6 running in second. Ty Morosco right behind him in third. Brian Dees, haven't said a whole lot about the Soul Stealer tonight, but he's out there running in the top 5 in the 4th position. Talked to him before the race, said he wasn't feeling too comfortable, but he's out there running in 4th place, Terry.
I was just looking through there too. I seen Dees is up there. I actually went to Taylor Bunch of Measurement to see what he was doing. He's still sitting in the pits. Been in there for 45 minutes, Sam.
He did. We talked to him. He said he had a lot of damage. It's a shame, but he's still in the session. He hasn't put that car on the trailer just yet. No damage clock here in Blazing Pedals. Caution flag out on the racetrack. Looks like James Miller involved once again, Terry.
Oh, man.
Oh,
James
heavy
Miller
damage
again.
to the 09. Heavy damage. We're going to have to see if we can't get an instant replay on that. Again, around the number 83 here. Let's see if we can't get a better camera for you guys. So the 09 top side of the racetrack, 83 on the inside of the racetrack. Going down the back straightaway here. They go into turns 3 and 4. Looks like the 83 might have just come up and got into it. The 18 gets a little bit there. But yeah, the 09 taking most of the damage right there. I see Eddie V out in chat said, oops. Well, you let a nickname slip and we got to kind of run with it, Eddie. So we appreciate it. I'm sure Ellison does as well. So. So a couple of drivers deciding to come down pit road here. Race Clark stays out on the racetrack along with the 14 of Dave Seats. Haven't seen him out there in the top 5 just yet tonight, but he makes his way up there with pit stops. So we're going to have to keep an eye on the 14. Brian Dees moving up to 3rd position, but we saw the number 6 and the number 1 both come down pit road and take tires. It looks like Dave Seats and Brian Dees might have also did a pit stop there. Fuel only for those drivers. Fuel only. That's someone I'd like to talk to. Let's go ahead and bring my pick up into the booth here. Hey, Ty Morosco, it's Sam and Terry up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I got you guys.
So what's going on, man? You're up there. You're running in the top 5, almost racing for the lead there a couple of times. How you feeling tonight?
We're feeling good. I'd like to get some green flag runs. Strategy is getting mixed up quite a bit. We're having to make calls on the fly. Strategy we had both messed up twice because of 2 cautions on long runs. We'd like to keep it green, so hopefully we can keep this one green.
Well, do you have any, do you want to let some of your strategy out for the rest of the race? I mean, do you think you got something for these guys tonight or what?
I think we do. We just got to have it run right. I mean, I think we just need to run green. We hope it runs green, that's all.
All right, man. Well, I'll go ahead and put you back with your team. I don't want to keep you too long. You're my pick tonight, so go out there and do something with that.
Yeah, I'll try.
Driver of the number 1 MF Racing Designs. Also the DQ car, Ty Morosco. My pick. Let's see what he can do tonight, everybody. Let's see what he can do.
He's been running that DQ car for a while, did you see him?
Yes, he has. Ever since he pretty much got DQ'd that one race, he's been running that car. But it's definitely the Michael Falk Racing Designs Ford Mustang. But we know it as the DQ car. So Ty Morosco out there sitting in 5th. According to my timing and scoring, we're going to have to see what happens here.
So Sam, Joe Alberico took blame for that. He will get an EOL at 2 to go.
So coming in from race control, you heard it from Terry the Taffy Man. 83 took blame for that caution, so 83 will be getting the EOL this time. And Terry, again,
Joe's name is one we don't get to say a lot, Sam. I mean, I hate to say it this way too. He gets involved in an accident and he has to take blame for it.
Yeah, it's a shame, but that's, and again, these drivers can go back and look at it once they're in the pits and everything and see what actually happened. So Joe felt like that was his fault and took it on the chin. So good for him.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we're not big ogres here at Blazing Pedals. We have basically what you call an open door policy. Anybody can talk to any of the admins at any time, shoot us a message or whatever. And we do really try to resolve the problems that's going on. Sometimes it gets to be a pain in the butt, but Sam, you was there too. We try. We really do try sometimes. Most of the time, I should say.
Yeah, definitely give a shout out to all the admins. Dalton Kilroe, Terry, yourself, Amanda Sherman, Mark Arthur, Jason Powell, Rick Thompson, all you guys out there who are helping keep this league alive and made it what it is today. Great group of guys. Again, everybody, down in the description of every video is the Blazing Pedals Discord. If you want to come join the community, come join the family, click that Discord link. Get on in here. We'll get you racing with these guys on Sunday night. No better time to race. Looks like the lights are off on the pace car this time by. Going back, green flag racing. Little under 100 laps to go, Terry. About 94 laps to go.
Heck yeah, we're getting her close, buddy.
A lot of different strategies being played out. We saw Race Clark stay out. Dave Seats out there. Looked like fuel only. Brian D's out there, fuel only. First set of fresh tires is Derek Paulson and Ty Morosco right there.
Yeah, this is going to be a good race right here.
Watch for the wheel spin here. It's in the hands of the 0-2 in the restart zone. They come out of turn 4 into the restart zone. The 0-2 fires off. We're back racing. Little wheel spin by the 14 there. Gives a great restart to the 0-2 as we start barreling down into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely the 14 Dave Seats, man. I know you've seen it, but I was watching his back end. It looked like he got just a little squirrely on him.
Yeah, and everybody trying to work their way around them with new tires right now. Looks like Derek Paulson into the wall a little bit. They're going to push it 3 wide back there with Derek Paulson. Not sure how that's going to work here at Dover. Tanner Marr, almost a little contact there. Derek Paulson back into the wall again.
Kyle Hall, 87, he was also in the wall. Turning Kyle Hall. He saves it.
Oh, Kyle Hall, heck of a save by the 87. Wow, what a great save by the 87. He was all the way down on the apron of the racetrack. Unfortunately, going to lose a ton of track position here, but great save to keep that car straight by the number 87 of Kyle Hall.
Yeah, Kyle Hall back to 12th spot now, man. Oh.
But I'd like to point out that while all this was going on, Race Clark has gapped Brian Dees about 2 seconds right now as everybody's still trying to get around the 14 of Dave Seats. Ty Morosco made his way by. Tanner Marr looking to the inside. He's going to clear him here coming off turn 4.
Kyle Hall's got his 87 back up and going. He just made light work of Joshua Rutherford.
Yeah, these
working.
Guys,
oh, the 42 and the 34 got him pinned in there.
So Derek Paulson dropped back quite a few spots, and so did Kyle Hall. We're going to have to keep an eye on them, see if they can't make their way back up to the front here. But Race Clark just gapping the field right now, almost a 2.5 second lead here for the 0-2 to Brian Dees in the number 17. Pretty much single file all the way back here. Brad Lawson, Terry, is up there in 4th position. Great run by the 63.
Definitely great run by Brad. Again, we haven't said his name a whole bunch. Chris Carroll, he's back in 6th. Tom Roscoe back in 7th. Ty didn't take tires. Yeah, he did. He took tires this time around. So I'm surprised that one car didn't move it up further.
Maybe a little strategy being played. Maybe saving a little bit of fuel here, Terry.
Could be.
Like to point out, number 54 back
42
on the lead
making
lap.
it 3 wide.
Moving back further to the pack here. It looks like Dave Seats has dropped all the way back to the tail end of the field here on them older tires. But could be a good strategy for him, and a late race caution might help him out here. Tanner Marsh still trying to hold off the 63 of Lawson. Tanner is starting to close the gap here to Race Clark. It's down to about a second and 8/10 lead here.
Kyle Wellman and that 42, that 87 of Kyle Hall. They are just door to door right now.
Yeah, also door to door, you got the number 6 and the number 1 teammates out of MFRD. And Mark Arthur got around those guys too, Terry. Give Mark Arthur back up in the 8th position there, it looks like.
Oh, 42 into the wall a little bit.
He's going to keep it into the wall, though. Good job by him. We stay green flag racing. Tanner Marsh still running down that 0-2, Terry. It's down to about 7/10 of a lead right now. And the gap keeps shrinking. It's shrinking rather quickly. These guys are coming. And look who's back up in the top 5. Chris Carroll in the number 24.
Yeah, Tanner Marr, Race Clark, Brad Lawson, Chris Carroll, Corey Sherman, your top 5. Man, these guys are putting on a heck of a show right now. And out of those, Race Clark looked like he might have took tires at lap 117, and it's starting to show.
Right now,
Brad
Tanner
Lawson
Marr
took
got
some
around
at
him.
142.
Brad
It's
Lawson
definitely
gets
showing
around
for
him.
him.
Sorry, Terry, we had a change for the lead here. Everybody got around Race Clark there in a lap. All the top 3 guys, Chris Carroll, Brad Lawson, Tanner Marr, give the lead back over to Tanner Marr.
Yeah, I think Race Clark is actually in pits. Yep, it's.
So, interesting call, Terry. He stayed out, but had to pit under green. I mean, I wonder how that's going to affect him here later.
Well, just come across Phil Van Fleet in that 89. I think he is pulling off the track, and as I can do that real life stuff, got to go to work.
Well, there you go, guys. The number 89 putting it on the hauler for the night. We'll see him next week at Darlington also. Keep in mind, 7:45 p.m., the live stream will go live on Turn 3 Racing Network from Darlington. It's going to be throwback weekend here for Blazing Pedals. Be sure you guys tune in.
Sam, I know you look at the Discord just like I do. Look like some awesome paint jobs we're going to be seeing next week.
Yeah, Corey Rutherford out there killing it with some paint schemes. Haven't seen too many from Michael Falk yet, but we can't rule him out just yet. We still got a week yet, so maybe we'll see some paint schemes get revealed on Facebook. So, guys, keep an eye out for that as well.
Yeah, and we know Michael. He can make a car. I mean, look at a lot of these cars we have out here on the track. They're a beautiful car. Michael takes his time on each and every car. You don't like it, he will fix it.
And that's Michael Falk out of Michael Falk Racing Designs. You can find him on Facebook, Michael Falk Racing Designs, MFRD. Go give him a look on Facebook. Give him a like, whatever you got to do. Get a paint scheme from him. Dude does great work. Also, check out CJR Graphics, which is Corey Rutherford. I mean, he does paints as well, Terry. He does a great job, so check him out as well.
Chris Carroll just passed Brad Lawson for second place. Oh, Lawson took it back.
We're looking 3 wide here going into turn 1. Matt Gruenberg also back in this mix. Race Clark underneath Chris Carroll. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Chris
As
Carroll
they work on that lap car, the 63 of, I don't know who that is.
The 63 is running in second spot.
Oh, Brad Lawson. Yeah, he's running in second. Duh.
Yeah, Race Clark's a lap down right now. He's running in 12th. But he's on them 4 fresh General tires, so that's why he was able to get around. And he's probably going to be able to get one of his laps back, I imagine.
And Gruenberg's also on a set of fresh tires. He pitted at 144.
Yeah, sitting in third
so
position
that wasn't
right
too long
now.
ago.
He just got around the 24 of Chris Carroll for that third position. Now trying to work on the back bumper of the 63 of Brad Lawson. Coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's got to run, looking to the inside, going to turn number 3. Brad Lawson top side of the racetrack. Matt Grunberg on the bottom. He's got a run here coming out of turn 4, but Lawson with the momentum on the high side is going to prevail.
Looks like Chris Carroll's trying to follow Grunberg through there, and he does. Gets beside him. 46 into the wall.
Oh, Chris Carroll. Oh, he gets into the 46. Oh, man, what a bummer for the number 24. We got a caution on the Speedway. We have to go back and take a look at that. That was between Fred Thompson and the 24. It looks like the 46 might have gotten in the... Yeah, he gets into the wall here a little bit coming off of turn number 2. We just got to keep an eye here on Chris Carroll and the 46 of Fred Thompson. So Fred Thompson's down the back straightaway, pulls it off the wall, and Chris Carroll just had barely little time to react. Tried to avoid it, comes up the racetrack, he's sideways, gets into the 46, turning them both sideways, and it's just a shame. So it looks like some heavy damage to the 24, minimal to the 46, but still taking out a couple of good race cars here tonight. So caution flag back out on the Speedway. It's going to bring a bunch of drivers down pit road. It looks like we got Brad Lawson, Corey Sherman, Tanner Marr all coming down pit road, along with the 54 Matt Grunberg, Ty Morosco, and that number 1 also bringing it pit side. And Terry, I'd like to point out that the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin has rejoined the racing surface. Good to see the number 10 back out on track. Going to try and get a few positions and get as many points as he can here tonight at Dover.
I think he still can get a couple, Sam, maybe. That's going to be hard.
167 laps in the book here so far out of 240. Under caution here. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll stay side by side so you guys don't miss a thing.
We're back live. Well, we coming out of a caution. We still got them guys lining up. That caution was brought out by the 46 of Fred Thompson. He does receive the EOL and we'll sit here and watch what this pace car when it gets off track. Let these guys get back at it the way we've had this great race today. Glad everybody's out there. Who we still got? Constance, James, Nicholas. I mean, Eddie. Thanks everybody for showing up out there.
Want to point out the number 64, Joshua Rutherford, in the lead right now. Corey Sherman to his outside. Joshua fires off. He's up there in the lead, Terry. That's awesome for that number 64. Great restart for the number 64.
Yeah, we don't get to see the Rutherford. I hate saying that. We don't
sounds
get to see
weird,
them guys
right?
up there a whole lot, but I just noticed who's in second place.
Corey Sherman in that number 3, but looking to the inside of him, the number 4, Tanner Moore. And they're getting
None
a
of those
huge
guys
run.
got fresh tires. Now, Mark
Oh,
Arthur,
number 3
sitting
in the wall.
6th, does.
Number 3's in the wall. He's going to pull it off. They're going to keep it green flag. Tanner Mars making a move for the lead right here, coming out of turn number 2. Joshua Rutherford in a hornet's nest right now with Derek Paulson, Mark Arthur, Ty Morosco, Brad Lawson, all right there.
Ty Morosco just making a hole in front of that 63. Says, I got to go. We got to throw some.
Oh, big wreck down the front straightaway. Big wreck. That's a big one here at Dover, Terry.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, that's a big. We're going to have to get a replay on that. So let's see what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Coming off of turn number 4, everything seems calm and cordial right now. Let's see if we can't get a better view here. We're going to keep an eye on the number 3 of Corey Sherman. Looks like he tries to keep it off the wall and just comes down and hooks the 17 up into the outside retaining wall, and it just causes a massive reaction to everybody. Takes out the 55. I mean, it just a lot of cars involved in that one, Terry. A lot of good race cars.
Yeah, a lot of good race cars. And Brian Dees is the one that took the blame on that. So he will be receiving an EOL with 2 to go.
That's really interesting. I think Brian, when he takes a look at that, he's going to have a different opinion. But, you know, that's what the cause cautions is for. You call your own cautions, and I guess Brian Dees felt like he came up, so that's just in from race control. Number 17, EOL for cause caution. Eddie, who took out my Silky? Well, we just showed the replay there, and unfortunately, just a hard racing there with, these guys still got quite a few laps to go, but hard racing nonetheless, and took out a bunch of good race cars. And now, Terry, here's the thing. What do you do with strategy? I mean, let's see. What can we bring up here? You know what, Terry? I want to bring Mark Arthur up in here because he's out there in 3rd, and I want to get his opinion on what's going on.
Okay.
Mark Arthur, driver of the number 12 Barbie Ford Mustang. Sam and Terry in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you're sitting up there in 3rd, Mark. We heard something about an EOL, a glitch with iRacing. You went to the back and managed to get your way back up front. How you feeling tonight?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I definitely don't have that Dalton horseshoe up my rear like, he always had. I've had nothing but bad luck tonight.
Well, like I said, you're up in 3rd position, so I just wanted to see how your thoughts were on the race tonight, and do you think you have anything for these guys?
Well, right now, yeah, because I'm on fresher tires than these guys up front, and I still have one in my pocket, so I'm going to run this out till I need to pit, and then I'm going to pit for those, get some new shoes, and see what I got after that. We still got Gruenberg back there coming through the field, so, and Jamie back there still too, so we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, I'll go ahead and put you back down with Jamie there, and good luck in the rest of the race.
Thanks, Sam.
That was driver the number 12, Mark Arthur. Figured Constance and Lori might have wanted to hear from their driver out there tonight, so we brought Mark on up. Tanner Marr in the lead, though, Terry.
Yeah, Tanner, he's been on fire all night, Sam, in that number 4. And we also got Derek Paulson in that 6. But, we just heard Mark said he's got fresher tires, and actually all those guys, he's got fresher tires than those guys do, so.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what Mark does here. Is he going to get around him? Is he going to manage those tires a little bit for a longer run? And honestly, what are these other guys going to do? Are they going to try and hold him off, or are they just going to kind of let him on by? We're going to have to see how this plays out.
Well, if they knew what we knew, I wouldn't let him by, but we already know stuff.
I don't know if it's me, Terry, but it seems like the field's getting a little impatient. We're still 2 to green, and they're trying to line up like it's 1 to green. They want to get back racing. They want to get this thing finished.
And Brian Dees is actually sitting in the pits for about 8 more minutes, Sam.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate turn of events for the number 17. Did we, no, we ain't got nobody in the TRJ Karting Infield Care Center, so we'll see if Dees maybe wants to pop in there. If he does, we'll bring him in, see what he has to say about that, and go from there. But we get the lights off on the pace car, Terry. 1 to green here. Tanner Marr, Derek Paulson, Mark Arthur, Ty Morosco, and Brad Lawson, your top 5. Joshua Rutherford also there holding out in 6th.
Yeah, this is going to be a good fight right here for this lead right here as soon as we go green. Again, Mark Arthur's got the freshest tires out of Marr and Paulson and Morosco. But, Brad Lawson's still back here. I think, he and Mark has the same, or the same set of tires.
Well, we're going to see what happens here as the pace car is going to round them through turns 3 and 4. Hand of the field is going to be with Tanner Marr in the restart zone. That slow 45-mile-an-hour pace speed to the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air.
Tanner gets a heck of a jump off these guys.
Yeah, and so did the number 12 of Mark Arthur. Look at Ty Morosco trying to stick it into the inside of Derek Paulson right there. Single file pretty much here at the front of the field. Mark Arthur looking for the race lead on Tanner Marr going down in turn 3. Tanner going to go way to the top side of the racetrack. Looks like he just let him by there, Terry.
Yeah, I think he knew he couldn't handle it with them tires. And we got the 6 back here of Paulson. Going to be starting to work on Tanner Marr here probably shortly, I would imagine. And then behind him, we got the 1 of Ty Morosco.
And also behind him, Brad Lawson, Matt Grunberg up there in the top 10. And also, Terry, race go. We got 2 cars sideways. The number 3 of Corey Sherman and the 87. They're keeping it straight. Heck of a save by those guys. Oh, contact, but we're going to have a caution. Yep, we caught that one live, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and get your replay. That was between the 87 and the 64. We saw that happen live. I mean, Corey Sherman and the 87 of Kyle Hall kind of get into it right here. Let's get to the chopper view.
That's a bad break for Kyle Hall, is the way he was running.
So right here, I mean, Corey and Kyle get it straight, and it looks like Josh tried to push it up to the outside, and there's just no room. Jamie Walker comes, pushes it 3 wide, but gives plenty of room. You know, I don't know, Terry. It kind of looks like the 87 just kind of came up on the 64 right there from what I'm seeing, and just kind of got out of shape and into the inside retaining wall. Dover's self-cleaning racetrack, so managed to stay down at the bottom side of the racing surface and allowed everybody to get by on the top side. So unfortunate night ender for Kyle Hall, it looks like, as he nosed it into the inside wall.
Yeah, Sam, Kyle Hall actually, probably before he even got his car into the pits, he did claim that, so he will be getting the EOL. Again, Mark Arthur got the lead pretty quick after them fresh tires. Oh, we still got the 4 of Tanner Marr behind him, and we got the 6 of Paulson, the 1 of Ty Morosco in 4th, and Brad Lawson 5th, Matt Grunberg in 6th, Race Clark 7th, Joshua Rutherford in 8th, Jamie Walker 9th, Corey Sherman in 10th. That's the way they run. That is actually, everybody else is a lap down or more.
Well, the thing I want to point out is that Race Clark in the top 10, like you said, Terry. So is Matt Grunberg, both Team AV guys having good runs tonight. Derek Paulson still holding on to 3rd position. And yeah, Greg Moore finally back on the lead lap, it looks like, Terry.
Constance, I wouldn't count him out yet. He may have a set of tires just as Mark does. So I wouldn't count Tanner out yet. I know you're pulling for your brother, but we'll see.
I mean, with the way the race is going right now, I mean, it could be anybody's race with the strategy the way it could play out.
I mean, we've called his name a few times, Jamie Walker in that 88. Is he waiting, or are we just having the cautions at the wrong point for him?
You know, that's actually a really good question, Terry. I'm not sure. I mean, he's been kind of managing his stuff in the back of the pack. We saw him pit out of sequence a couple of times, so maybe try to look for him to come up towards the front here with a little over, 60 some laps to go.
Where we at here? 183, 240. Yeah, 460. Yeah, somewhere in there. Again, I don't math good. I've told you this.
Yeah, neither do I. It's okay. I normally just wait until it comes up and says 25 laps to go, and then I know.
There you go.
All right.
I'm sorry, Lori. I can't get you guys confused. I'm sorry.
Way to go, Terry.
Okay, I get it, guys.
Well, at least they're willing to confirm it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, will I remember next week? I don't know.
Probably not, knowing you.
Probably not.
Well, I tell you what, Terry, while we wait here, let's go to a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back when these guys are 1 to green. How about that?
They're 2 now. I've already given the EOL to Kyle Hall, so they ought to be, lights are off, ain't it?
They're coming around right now. We'll double check. We'll wait on that. Let's see what the pace car lights do here. Yeah, pace car lights are off, so we're just going to stay right here live. The field is going to be in the hands of the number 12, Mark Arthur, in that Barbie Ford Mustang.
Remember, we got that Geico start zone. Will Mark wait to the end of it or try to do it right at the line?
I'm curious of how it actually works, Terry, because I notice a lot of guys going as soon as they get into that box, and it's almost like the green flag comes out before they can do anything.
Yeah, I'm not 100% how the rule works. I mean, I'd have to sit and look at it and analyze it, but I really don't even like doing that either. So, but if I have to, I sure will.
So, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, the field in the hands of that number 12. Only 11
Derek
drivers
Paulson
on the lead
is
lap.
not letting him get away.
No, he won't. We're going to see what happens here. It's in the hands of Mark Arthur coming to the restart zone here. Mark Arthur fires off. Tanner Marr, not a great restart. Allowing the number 6.
Before Tanner Marr had a little bit of a wheel slip.
He is on older tires, Terry, and look at that. 3 wide. Ty Morosco, Brad Lawson coming off of turn number 2. Still 3 wide going down the back straightaway. We're keeping a camera on this. It's Matt Gruenberg's in the mix right there, and here comes Race Clark in the 0-2. And Terry, number 88, Jamie Walker sneaking his way back up there.
Now, kind of back here watching, I was watching Lawson and the 54 at Gruenberg. Now we got Race Clark in the 0-2 in Lawson.
Look at that. Jamie also trying to make his way back up there. Corey Sherman managed to stay on the lead lap. He's sitting in 9th position, and Joshua Rutherford rounding out the top 10. Good job for the number 64, Terry.
Tanner Marr calling out that he's got a pit, Corey, or Sam. I'm going to ride along with Tanner and see what he does.
Everybody trying to give that 4 plenty of room. Tanner's going to bring it down pit side. Getting on the pit road here at Dover, we know is tricky. He's got to stay to the right side of pit road here. It's a rule for Blazing Pedals. Back up to the front of the field, Mark Arthur, your race leader. About a half a second gap between him and Derek Paulson. And then to him is Ty Morosco and Matt Gruenberg there in the top 5. Race Clark also bringing that 0-2 machine back into the top 5, but Jamie Walker slowly making his way up through the field.
Tanner Marr getting them 4 fresh generals. That may be his last set, Sam.
We're going to have to see what plays out here for Tanner Marr. Unfortunately, probably the caution's just flown to the wrong time for that number 4 car. Mark Arthur pulling out his lead here to about a 7/10 gap.
And remember, he still has a set of tires left he gets to use.
The number 12.
Right, yeah, Mark still has that set of tires.
But we also don't know who else has them. And I mean, right now, Race Clark's getting around the 54 of Gruenberg, and so is Jamie Walker. So does Gruenberg still have a set of tires left?
We've seen Gruenberg do this in the past. He usually tries to keep a set in his back pocket, so maybe he's looking for a caution to get that other set. When's the last time Matt pitted? 167. He did not take tires. So he's not far off of fuel. Well, yeah, he's not far off of a fuel run.
He is going backwards right now, Terry. I'm wondering if maybe he is trying to save a little bit of fuel. Mark Arthur, though, pulled it out to a second gap over Derek Paulson right now, and Ty Morosco. All these guys just kind of riding single file. Jamie Walker still trying to make a move on Race Clark. Might be able to get something done here coming out of turn 4.
I'm staying back here with that 54 Gruenberg and a 3 of Corey Sherman. Sherman just keeps inching his way up to him. I just want to see if Sherman's got anything for him. Corey pitted at 181. I believe he got tires.
I'm showing Corey was in the pits for a solid 50 seconds. So
yeah, I've seen that too.
Definitely might have gotten tires, also gotten some damage fix on that number 3 Savage Edge designs, graphics, whatever. They'll put your name on anything. Just keep that in mind. Go check them out at savageedge.com.
And Corey usually, I'm sure he still does it. I think he does free shipping. So yeah, check out savageedge.com. And he's working on Gruenberg, looking inside of him.
See, we start talking about him, he starts doing good. He wants that TNA banner, Terry, but more importantly, he wants that first gold TNA banner.
Yeah.
And again, if you're just tuning in with us, we're also going to shout out Shop Talk, which our own Terry the Taffy Man Foster is on with his team TNA. Go check him out on Facebook at TNA Motorsports. Check out Shop Talk Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Ty Morosco to number 1. Kind of looking on the back of Brad Lawson. Kind of looked at the inside, looked at the outside, but Ty wants to do something. He better hurry up. The 3 of Corey Sherman is running him down quickly.
Something else I'd like to point out, though, Terry, is that the number 88 had gotten around the 02 of Race Clark, move him up into second position, running down race leader Mark Arthur.
And look at that. Jamie pitted at 181, did not take tires.
So does Jamie have a set
works his
left
way
in
around
the bank?
the 1 car?
The question is, who's going to have the tires, Terry? Is someone's going to have the strategy to win here tonight? And,
most definitely.
And we
I
have
think
no idea who it is.
I'm sorry, what?
We have no idea who it is because there are. I'm just looking at my timing and scoring. We have everybody in the top 10 are all on different strategies. Matt Gruenberg on pit road right now.
I will go to Matt and see what he's going to do.
Well, our pit window, again, ladies and gentlemen, is 38 to 48 laps. We're showing about 41 laps to go here for Gruenberg, so he can make it the rest of the way. Is that going to bring our race leaders down?
Matt Gruenberg, 35 mile an hour down pit lane, comes back out. He did take tires, Sam.
So Matt Gruenberg on 4 fresh General tires out there now. But when will our race leaders pit? And will that strategy play to his favor? We're going to have to keep an eye on that.
Jamie Walker, I think he might. Yeah, he is catching Mark Arthur.
Yeah, he's catching him pretty much every single lap. That time by, it looked like Mark was just a little bit faster, but now working on the lap car of Fred Thompson here, Jamie has closed the gap to about a half a second, Terry.
Yeah, as we close in on what, 39, 38 laps right now to go.
Looks about 38 laps to go. Jamie's still trying to catch that 12 machine, but can't quite get there. And Grunberg got on his fresh tires trying to get one of his laps back. And honestly, Terry, with the way I know Mark races, as soon as Grunberg would get around him or gets close to him, we might see that 12 machine come down pit road.
Yeah, that's very possible. I don't think Mark's going to want Grunberg to get too far away from him. That's for sure. And here he comes, just going to fly up as he
looks like Race Clark
deal
yeah,
with first.
Jamie Walker coming down pit road, Terry. So here it goes. The beginning of green flag pit stops. Final pit stop for these guys. It looks like Mark Arthur tried to get around Race Clark, but Race Clark may be doing a little bit of blocking for his teammate there, allowing Matt Grunberg to get one of his laps back.
Want to see if the 88 of Jamie Walker, if he has a set of tires left here, I want to stay on him as he comes down pit road at 35 miles an hour.
Mark Arthur, still your race leader, decides to stay out on the racetrack one more time. Not sure when he's going to bring that Barbie Ford Mustang down the pit lane, but we'll keep an eye on him. Corey Sherman, he's in third position right now, up 14 spots from the beginning of the race.
Jamie Walker does have 4 fresh generals on there, getting her filled up as he makes his way towards the track.
Mark Arthur stays out one more time. So Mark is definitely playing a tire track game right now, because the longer he stays out, the fresher tires he's going to have later.
Oh, definitely. Then, but again, we've talked about it. He doesn't want Grunberg to get too far in front of him, along with Race Clark, Jamie Walker. He's going to have to be pitting here soon, I would think.
Also, keep an eye out for Corey Sherman to come down pit road. Last time he was on pit lane was 181, so the number 3 can't make it either. Derek Paulson, the last time he was on pit road was 167, so a lot of different strategies being played right now. Mark Arthur still keeps that number 12 out on the racetrack. So maybe hoping for a caution to keep Grunberg a lap down, but you know Grunberg's got to be going hard, burning those tires up, as Jamie Walker's behind him and Race Clark, trying to run them down and gain positions back.
There's a time difference between Arthur and Lawson, a little over 3 seconds. And Mark is actually feathering his pedals, his gas pedal, going through these turns, so he's not using a whole lot of gas.
That time by, I want to say Jamie Walker just set the fastest lap of the race at 23.30.
Wow.
Looking to the inside of the 54 here. He's got the 02 of Race Clark in front of him. Maybe going to push it. Nope. Keeps it tucked behind the 02. Didn't put it 3 wide there, Terry.
Mark Arthur, I think, is bringing her down pit lane. I'm going to stay on Mark, see what he does.
Yeah, stay on Mark, see what he does, because right now we're looking at the battle, I would imagine, for the race lead. Once green flag pit stops cycle through, as Race Clark blocks the 88 all the way down the racetrack. Not sure how the 88's going to feel about that.
Derek Paulson in the 6th car also hollered out his pit. Corey Sherman's pitting. Mark Arthur is getting his tires, and Ty Morosco coming down pit lane. A lot of them hitting the pits.
Jamie looking 3 wide. They're coming up on the lap car of Amanda Sherman. Oh, 3 wide coming out of turn 2 right there.
Mark Arthur down in the way of 4 fresh generals, full tank of fuel. We'll be hitting that track 35 mile an hour.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping an eye on this battle right here. We assume after green flag pit stops, this will be the battle for the race lead. Jamie Walker trying everything he can to get to the outside of the 02. Looks like Taylor Butcher Benjamin going to move out of the way, but Jamie Walker gets a run to the outside.
You got Brad Lawson running the lead up there.
Oh, man. Oh, we got a wreck down the front straightaway. Down, and that is Brad Lawson on pit road. Oh, my God.
Wow.
This is going to change everything right here, ladies and gentlemen. It looked like Race Clark was trying to get around the lap car of Greg Moore, or not the lap car, but second place, Greg Moore. We're going to have to see if we can't get a replay on that. So they go coming out. He pushes it 3 wide, and he looks like he just comes up on the 34, Terry. I mean, from what I'm seeing, it looks like the 34 just kind of held his line, and with the 3 wide move, he was just trying to stay put, and O2 thought he was going to go a little bit higher, and unfortunately went around. Luckily, he didn't get hit by nobody. Taylor Butcher Benjamin avoiding it. But Brad Lawson, your race leader, comes down pit road, bringing, well, Greg Moore is going to stay out on the racetrack. And I think that's going to keep a lot of these guys lapped down, I imagine.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Well, no, actually, Matt Grunberg and Jamie Walker were behind the race leader. The race leader pit, they're going to take a wave round, so that's going to put them back on the lead lap.
Still ain't got nobody claiming this one.
Well, then, I mean, we might have to have an admin review for that caution. We got 26 laps to go here at Dover. We're going to go ahead and see what race control says here. We'll be right back. You won't miss a thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cut it short right there. We're on 1 to green. Give the lead to Brad Lawson in the number 63. And Greg Moore to his outside in second place. Matt Grunberg, unfortunately, had to take a waiver. I'm going to start at the end of the longest line. Same with Jamie Walker in the number 88. Mark Arthur, Josh Rutherford up there in the number 64 in the 6th position, excuse me. But we got eyes on the number 63 of Brad Lawson. Pace car is off. We are coming to the restart zone. When will he fire?
And Sam Race Clark took blame for that, so he got the EOL as the we go green.
So this just in from Race Control. The 02 did receive the EOL for the cause caution. We're side by side going into turns 1 and 2 for the race lead right now. Give it to Brad Lawson, though, coming out of turn number 2.
Sam, your top 9, all of them has fresh tires. 10 on down is either a lap or more down. So your top 9 are all on fresh tires.
Greg Moore bringing the pit side. That gives second place to Matt Gruenberg right now, but a ton of lap traffic to get around before he can even attempt to make a move at Brad Lawson. All Brad Lawson has to do right now is pray for no more cautions and just run smooth for 22 laps, and he's got his first win in BPL.
I'm trying to pull up the points. Let's see where Lawson actually is.
18's in the wall going down the front straightaway. Mark Arthur gets around him, so does Jamie Walker. Walker trying to work on the back bumper to the 54, but can't make a move just yet.
Right now, Brad Lawson sits in 37th place in our point standing. The win, well, we'll do the same thing for him as it did to Chris Carroll, put him right to the top.
Trying to watch this battle right here. Jamie Walker and Matt Gruenberg. Walker to the bottom side of the racetrack. Gruenberg to the top side. Jamie's going to clear him. Not quite. Gruenberg with the momentum off turn 2. So this is your race for second position right now. You've got Walker, Gruenberg, Arthur, all there. Second, third, fourth. And then back to them is Joshua Rutherford. And we got, 2 cars in the wall right there. Corey Sherman, Derek Paulson. They keep it straight. And I mean, Derek Paulson was just in the rear bumper of Corey Sherman right there. How they kept those race cars straight, I have no idea.
Mark Arthur made his way around the 54 of Matt Gruenberg. Now, I told you at the beginning of this race today about that 3 and that 6, and it happened.
Now, remember, Terry, Jamie Walker, he was our all-star winner. Jamie Walker, he has not won a race yet for points, so he is going to be going hard trying to get up there and get around Lawson. And right now, closing the gap about 1.5 seconds. But a lot of lap cars.
Just wondering if Gruenberg might be just chilling out for a little bit. Oh!
Who, Terry? Who?
Oh, man, 54 and the 55. 55 got in the wall.
You can't just go, and then expect me to know where it's at.
I'm sorry. As the 54 was trying to catch up to Arthur, that was good racing.
Now Joshua Rutherford running in 5th position. Ty Morosco actually taking that 5th spot away right now. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Rutherford not giving it up though. Back up to the front. Brad Lawson has to work his way around a lap car of Kyle Wellman, and that's just allowing Jamie Walker to try and close this gap. It's still about 1.5 seconds, but 15 laps to go here at Dover.
Brad Lawson, he is putting time on Mark Arthur.
He's also putting time
I'm sorry,
on Jamie.
I'm sorry, Jamie Walker. My bad.
Yeah, well, it's almost 2 seconds now. About 1 second and 8/10 right now gap. 14 laps to go here at Dover.
Wondering if he's thinking about it. Does he want to go up there and mess with that 42 of Wellman, or just kind of hang out there knowing that he's got that kind of room?
I mean, he has a gap right now. It is up to almost 2 seconds. I would just be riding right now. Save what you got in case Jamie does get a run to you or we get a caution. You have the tires for the end of this race.
And then again, Jamie Walker, he minds his P's and Q's. He may be able to work himself around these guys. And, man, that's a lot of people, couple of drivers he's got to work around.
But the thing is, are they going to lay over for him because they're already been lapped, or are they going to fight him for it? And I'm curious to see what happens there.
Well, Sam, you very well know we do not ask anybody to lay over in this league. Mark Arthur looking to the inside of the 88, getting underneath of him, gets his nose clear, but still about halfway to go. And he clears him. Mark Arthur clears the 88.
So that puts Mark Arthur up in the second position. Jamie Walker drops back down to the third. Matt Gruenberg in fourth position. But Ty Morosco, he's getting a run up there, Terry. He's looking for fourth.
I think Jamie Walker may have wore his tires out just a little bit, maybe more than Mark did. But, wow.
Well, Mark
Jamie,
hit about 7
Jamie's
laps
tires
after
are 7
Jamie.
laps older than Mark's.
Now, can the number 12 of Mark Arthur close that 3-second gap about to 63 of Brad Lawson here with 9 laps to go?
Sam, I think Lawson, I think he could have had that 42 a long time ago. I believe he's just sitting there riding along.
I mean,
knowing he's
wouldn't
got
you?
almost 3-second lead. Why tempt fate?
That's just it. I mean, why try anything? You got the lead. Mark Arthur is closing, but you're also saving tire running behind that lap car. So we're going to have to see what he's going to decide to do here. 8 laps to go. Going to be 7 laps this time by.
Tanner Marr just called out his pit stop. He's already 1 lap down. This is going to probably put him 3 down by the end of his pit stop.
He is right on the back bumper of that 42. And we know Wellman's not going to move over. Wellman, the wheel man, he's going to stay out front of him because caution comes out. I mean, that gives Wellman a lap back. He's 14 laps down, but again, he's out there running his own race right now.
And that's all we ask all these guys to do. Get out here and run your race. Don't lay over for nobody unless you want to. You don't have to. Man, Arthur's still 2.55 seconds behind Lawson. And with only 5 laps to go, Sam.
Yep, coming out of turn 4 this time. Flagman, 5 fingers in the air for the 63.
I'm going to go back and watch Morosco and Gruenberg.
We definitely got a battle starting to heat up here. Morosco trying to run down the 54, but just can't get there. And Gruenberg actually trying to take 3rd place away from Jamie Walker here.
Yeah, I was just noticing that too, trying to look underneath Jamie.
That's interesting to see too. I mean, Gruenberg pit lap 197, Jamie on 203. I mean, they're still side by side, but looks like pretty even tire wear right now.
There's conversations between Kyle Wellman and Brad Lawson right now.
Well, that time by, Brad Lawson in number 63 has 3 laps to go to get his first win and lock himself into the playoffs here at Dover. Praying that caution flag does not fly here. He comes out of turn number 4. Flagman popsicle sticks in the air for the number 63.
Gruenberg still in front of Walker. Walker dropping back. Don't think he's got enough to get to him.
Doesn't look like Mark Arthur is going to be able to get there. He's about almost 2 seconds now. He has closed a little bit, but with 1 lap to go, Brad Lawson coming out of turn 4. He sees the white flag. 1 lap to go for the 63.
Ty Morosco trying to get up on the 88's bumper and just can't make it happen.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. He has about a 1.5 second cushion into turns 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4, give the race win to Brad Lawson in the number 63, first time winner. What a race. First time winner once again here in Blazing Pedals. He locks himself into the playoffs. Great run for the number 63. He's going to come down to the front straightaway, and I would imagine burn it down. Everybody giving their congratulations to 63. Definitely hard to win in this league. So for him to pick up a win and beat some of these guys, that's pretty awesome. Looks like he might be choosing not to burn it down here tonight. Not a problem. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, post-race interviews. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we are going to bring our third place finisher into the booth, the number 54 of Matt Grunberg. Matt, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, hey, man, we saw you about 2 laps down a couple of times there. You managed to get yourself back on the lead lap, started from the rear of the field. Walk us through your race and how you managed to pull off a top 3 tonight.
Yeah, it was a battle tonight for sure. I got a passing under yellow early on, and it put me 2 laps down, and then got unfortunately stuck 3 laps down at one point and ended up taking the wave around there. So got back to 2 laps down, raced our way back to 1 lap down. Fortunately, it was in the lucky dog spot whenever one of the cautions came out, was able to get back on the lead lap. But by that point, I just kind of had used a lot of the tire sets that I had trying to work my way back on the lead lap. And so I was really behind on tire sets later on in the race. And I took a gamble and came in as early as I could at the very end there to use my final set of tires and try to get the track position to work out in my favor and, you know, defend on the high side there. And then that caution came out, and turns out we were lap down again. So it just kind of got stuck behind all the lap cars, and just had no shot at catching Brad or anybody else at that point.
Well, it sounds like you had a heck of a race, and still to come home in 3rd position is pretty awesome. You had a great points night. I'm sure you'll still maintain a points lead. We go to Darlington next week. How do you feel about Throwback Weekend?
I'm excited for it. And the paint schemes will look good. I'm sure James will get us some nice looking schemes for next week in the Throwback. I'm not sure what they'll be. We don't really have it planned out yet, but I'm sure they'll look good. And hopefully we can finish the race and finish good for it.
Well, I'm going to congratulate.
Matt, I got a question.
Go ahead, Terry.
Hey, Matt, did I see something on Facebook? Something happened to you last weekend or this weekend or something while you wasn't racing with us?
Yeah, I got married a couple weeks ago, so I missed Auto Club. I was on honeymoon, so that's why I wasn't here racing last week.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's what I seen. Congratulations, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
But, hey, man, still 3rd place finish. Great run tonight. Who you got to thank on that number 54?
Just everyone, Team AV, everybody who watches the broadcast and roots us on each week, and of course my new wife, Samantha Grunberg, rooting me on each week. So, and you guys for broadcasting.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go ahead and celebrate third place. We'll see you next week at Darlington, and have a good week, man.
Thank you. You too.
Driver of the number 54, Matt Grunberg, your third place finisher. And Terry, I think you're about to actually catch up with our second place finisher, Mark Arthur. Let me get him in the booth here for you. You got him.
Mark got us.
I got you.
Mark.
I got you.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Don't get all testicle on me, man. Good run, buddy. You told us you had that them tires left in your pocket. Just wasn't enough, man. Walk us through this.
Yeah, I was even talking to Brad about that. I'm an idiot. So and it didn't cost me the win because he was so far out anyway. But I actually thought when I passed Jamie that I took the lead. And I was even telling Tanner, I was like, man, I hate taking it from Jamie because he's been, so long, such a dry spell. And I said, it really sucks taking it from Jamie. And I was wondering why Jamie gave it to me so easy. It felt like he just moved over. And I said, man, I figured he'd fight me for the win there. And I was talking to Tanner and I looked down and I said, crap, I'm in second. And I said, oh, shoot. Then I took off to try to catch Brad, but if I'd had 10 more laps, I might have got him. I think I was 2 or 3 tenths faster there. I asked him how hard he was running. He said he wasn't leaving nothing. He wasn't leaving nothing out there. He said he was running the crap out of it. So, I mean, that was a, mistake on my part, but hell, the whole night was, terrible. I got in a couple accidents. I think slid into a couple, didn't kill the car, but, had to get it repaired. And then the glitch with the EOL was weird. It was like telling me to get behind everybody, and it had no penalty. It was just a yellow flag, no penalty. And I was like, well, that's really weird. I've never seen that. And then I think Tanner ended up he was the first person all night that got a black flag for the restart zone. And but he was like, I was kind of telling him where I was going to go, and he probably did jump it a little bit, but I don't know. It's a crazy night with me messing the server up to begin with, and then everything to happen and to come home second. That's a win, pretty much.
Well, your mom and your sisters out there, they were rooting for you, of course. And we had a lot of people out there watching tonight. I personally thought this was an awesome race. Had a few cautions, no big deal. Who you have on the car you want to thank, buddy?
Well, I always thank Michael Falk Race Designs, and, he does some mean looking paint schemes for me, man. There's not a meaner car out there than the ones I drive. And think butt kicker. And I think next week at Darlington, we're going to do a butt kicker race. We kind of forgot to do it at Auto Club, and I wasn't there. And so we're going to do spin the wheel next week for to give away a butt kicker. Hopefully they're still doing that with the economy, Thank TRJ Karting, of course, our title sponsor. Without them, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be possible. Who else? And Savage Edge Graphics for coming on board and sponsoring some of the stuff this year. All our All-Star and our class was thanks to them. And I think that's it. Michael Falk does the Pole Awards, but I already thanked him. Other than that, thank you guys up in the booth always, and thank the people for showing up. My mom and my sister, they're pretty loyal fans. I heard that. I heard you ask Matt Gruenberg. I was listening to their broadcast there, and he got married and wasn't here last. Man, what kind of loyalty is that? That's what I was thinking. Like, where's the loyalty?
Terry?
Yeah, I was like, what'd you do?
I didn't do nothing.
Oh, I'm still here. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Mark.
Yeah.
What kind of loyalty does that?
Yeah, man. Take your PC on your honeymoon, man. Set it up in a motel room. Come on.
Well, Mark.
Anyway, it was fun. I need a shower. I'm sweaty as hell.
Yeah, I'm sure, especially hit a mile track like Dover. But, I got to say, great race tonight, and we'll put you back down to celebrate. And we'll see you next week at Darlington, man.
Thanks.
That was driver the number 12, Mark Arthur. And, Terry, we got to bring up someone who's probably just thrilled right now. Let me get him up here in the booth. Driver of the number 63, Brad Lawson. Sam and Terry in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you know, we talked about you all night. We saw that you were running up there, top 10, top 5. Walk us through your race, man. I mean, your first time winner in BPL. You got to be living the dream right now.
Man, I'm shaking. I'm not even lying. Man, it was a good long race as far as that goes. Dover is usually one of my favorite tracks as far as that goes. I like the concrete surface. I like the way it races. It seems like that I got a little bit behind the 8 ball, went a lap down early, and I knew as long as I stayed competitive, kind of toward the front of the lead lap, or lap down cars rather, I could maybe get that lucky dog. So I looked out and got the lucky dog, stayed on the lead lap, got running up in the top 5 with Derek and a few of those other guys up there, and it was a lot of fun. I had some good racing there with side-by-side racing with a few different drivers, and I really don't know what to say. It was kind of comical there at the end. Mark was like, "Hey," he said, "you can burn it down, whatever you want to do." I said, "Y'all gonna have to tell me what to do, man. I'm not here. I'm not here usually." So it was man, that was a lot of fun.
Well, man, I can only congratulate you so much. I mean, getting your first win in a league has to be awesome, especially with the competition that's out here. You came home here at Dover. You came in tonight like 35th in points, so it's going to, you know, change up the points a lot, but you locked yourself into the playoffs. We head to Darlington next week. What are your thoughts on that?
Darlington's a track that I've not really had a lot of track time on. I like the way it races. Again, typically right up against the wall, and being a dirt late model driver, I like banging the cushion. So could be very interesting there going into Darlington. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how that plays out. So hopefully I get to make it. Supposed to be leaving for vacation sometime around there. So hopefully I get to make that race. But we're in the playoffs either way.
Well, man, you know, last thing I want to ask is, who do you got to thank on that car tonight?
First and foremost, got to thank Jason Powell for putting me in this ride. He's been a great mentor for me. Team 5 Motorsports, Joey Neese and all the guys there, Trevor Harmon, he actually filled in for Jason tonight. Those guys, they really helped me out a bunch. Sotomayor Performance Horses, Williams Heating and Air, O'Neill Salvage, Kentucky, Southern Sips and Sweets, Hudson O'Neill Racing, and I think that's about it. But yeah, these guys help me do this stuff that I like to do, and it's just a lot of fun, man. I'm just excited still yet.
No, definitely the post-win bliss, man. I feel you on that. But we'll go ahead and let you celebrate that. Terry, do you got anything for our race winner before we let him go celebrate his win?
Nah, man, just congratulations, Brad. I mean, you move yourself up into the playoffs now. Don't miss much more races, dude. I mean, keep it going. I think you're a hell of a racer out there tonight. You're doing an awesome job.
I appreciate it. No, I don't plan on missing many. Like I said, Jason was nice enough to put me in this ride, and I want to do what I can to show out for him. So, but yeah, I don't plan on missing many more races at all. We got one little vacation here. But after that, we should be clean and green the rest of the way.
All right, man. Yeah. Well, hey, go celebrate that win, and hopefully we'll see you next week at Darlington.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
That was your race winner, the number 63, Brad Lawson. And Terry, it was a long one, but we got through it. What did you think of the race?
So I pulled up everything so far, Sam. We had 10 cautions and 41 laps. I want to give a huge ass shout out to the driver of the 10 car, Taylor Bridger Benjamin. 99 laps down, Sam. I mean, he only got to run 41 laps the whole race. He didn't have to do that. He just said, "Man, I ain't doing this. I'm just getting out here and go watch TV." Taylor, awesome job, man. Thanks for sticking around. Some of the other guys, stuck around after you got into a wreck and stuff. But awesome job by everybody. I think it was a hell of a race.
Yeah, that was definitely a great race. I want to shout out Joshua Rutherford coming home in top 10 position there in 7th place. Work in progress racing. Shout out to those guys. Your finishing results are on screen, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to do it for Terry and I here on Sunday night. Blazing Pedals, TRJkarting.com, Arca series. Be sure to check them out. Check out Savage Edge Graphics. Check out MFRD, CJR Graphics, all of our sponsors, Butt Kicker. And be sure, again, if you want to join the Blazing Pedals family, join that Discord link. We'll get you in here. Racing with these guys on Sunday night. And that's going to do it for us here, Terry. And we'll see you again next week. Darlington week, ladies and gentlemen. Throwback weekend. And that's going to start at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to like that stream. And make sure that you subscribe to Turn 3 Racing Network. Until next time, I'm Sam Baumgarten with my second chair, Terry Foster. We'll see you next time.